let's go live on IG.
I'm stuck in my yeah.
Come on, IG. There we go.
Soon.
Yeah.
All right, what's up, everybody? Damn, hopefully you see my face. What's up, everybody? Welcome to another session of the Kava podcast After Dark session, live out of San Francisco on this beautiful Saturday night. As you guys can see, we have a full panel tonight. We have ladies joining me on the studio, and we have another great show planned for you guys. And as always, thank you so much for tuning in. If you see value in the content, you guys already know what to do. The best way to support the channel is to smash that like and subscribe button. Real quick, I already see you guys in the live chat. Lord Punisher, good to see you. Lovely world, good to see you. But let's get that live chat popping. Let me know what you guys think. Always appreciate you guys. Don't forget, this is a virtual show, so a lot of you guys reach out to me asking, how do I join the pod on Saturday? But you're not from the Bay Area. If you do want to join in virtually, the link to join the show virtually is on the locals. Become a supporting member. The link is in the description below on YouTube. Come over to YouTube, you get that link, and you'll be able to join in on the last hour of this pod. But I do appreciate you guys as always. But let's get that live chat popping and let me know what you guys think. Quick shout out to my sponsor, Global Financial Impact. If you're looking for financial services, life insurance, financial independence and literacy, and of course, set up a college fund for your kids, reach out to Savannah and her team, and they'll be able to take care of you. All their information and their links is in the description below on YouTube. Shout out to Savannah and her team. But don't forget, if you want to drop, if you have a specific question or topic you want us to discuss, drop it through a super chat. We will be able to respond to you guys. And of course, if you just want to donate to the channel, drop it through a super chat, and you'll be able to support the channel. And I'll definitely give you a shout out as well. And of course, to all the fellas out there, we do a Masculine Mind podcast on Thursdays. A lot of you guys are always reaching out to me. How do I be able to improve my skills, especially when it comes to communication with women, talk to women, approaching women? Let me just ask the ladies on the panel, what's the best way to approach and communicate and talk to a woman for all the fellas that's watching this right now?
Calmly and respectfully.
Calmly, respectfully.
Yeah, I think not like trying too hard. Like if we can kind of tell that you're like trying too hard, it's kind of like a turn off.
I think
try too
being
hard.
aggressive is a turn off.
Yeah.
Like coming
Okay.
and being really weird is like,
Don't be a weirdo.
yeah, don't
Yeah,
be a weirdo.
literally.
I think
Okay.
as long as you have like good intentions, then it's okay. But like if you're like coming on too hard and humble yourself.
And humble yourself.
Yeah,
Okay.
and if someone gives you their number, don't try to be like, okay, watch, I'm gonna call you right now. You better answer. Like,
Yeah, doing
I think just-
please don't do that.
Okay.
Please don't do
Okay.
that.
I think
Alright.
approaching it knowing like you might not get the desired outcome
Okay.
and like being okay with that if
All
not,
right.
is like a respectful way to approach
Can they improve talking to women through a screen, or they have to actually talk to you in real life?
I met my boyfriend on Facebook. So.
Yeah.
That's why I said it varies. It really
Yeah.
depends on your personality.
Yeah.
If you can show your personality through
Okay.
social media, then that's I don't feel like it's a
Yeah.
problem.
I
Okay.
think in this
But
day and
in
age
person
there's
is the best.
yeah.
Well, they eventually have to talk to you in real life.
Yeah.
So
But I
that's-
think in this day and age it's kind of like unrealistic to think that that's never going to happen.
Yeah,
Like
true.
there's so much communication going on, whether that be dating apps or social
Yeah.
media, that it's kind of unrealistic to think
Yeah.
it's only going to be in person.
All right. So, yeah. So the only way to get better at talking to women is by talking to women, right? So, right.
Yes.
That's the only way to get it. It's simple. So for all the guys on the live chat, and a lot of you guys always talk a big game in the live chat. Oh, but a lot of you guys also reach out to me, ask me, how do I improve my skills? The best way to do it is just to communicate and talk to women, whether it's virtually, whether it's in real life. But so I do recommend for you guys to join my supporting member of my locals, so we'll be able to help you guys with all the stuff that you guys struggles with when it comes to your male problems. And we do have a show on Thursdays. We focus on you guys for the fellas to self-improved in your self-improvement purpose and masculinity. But yeah, that's for all my YouTube stuff. Thank you so much. For shout out to the ladies one more time. Oh, what happened to my sound effects? There we go. There we go. Thank you for making the time. We have a great show planned for you guys. We have another great hot topic. But before we go right into it, we have some new faces. We have some returning faces. So thank you so much for making the time. If you guys don't mind, for everybody watching, if you guys will give yourself a quick intro for everybody out there. We'll start with you, Ann. Go ahead.
Okay. My name is Anne. I'm Vietnamese. I'm 23. I just graduated from college. I currently do delivery for a flower shop right now, but I'm working on my art career in ceramics. Status, as in like relationship status.
Yes.
I'm single, and what I'm looking for is love, respect, and peace.
Okay. Thank you so much, Ann.
Hi, everybody. My name is Rocky. I am half Filipino and half Irish. I am 19 years old and I am a model and actress. I am currently single and honestly, I'm not looking for anything specific. I'm just vibing, living out my young adulthood.
All right. Good to have you back, Rocky.
Hi everyone. My name is Eve. I'm half black, half white. I'm 21. I just graduated nursing school. I'm just trying to find a job. I have a boyfriend. So I'm not really looking for anything, but just looking to like grow with him and see where it goes.
All right. Thank you so much, Eve.
I'm Claire. I'm white, European, Swedish to be specific. I'm 26 and I do comms, public relations for a technology company. I am single and I'd say like looking for something as long as it's the right person and the right timing. Yeah.
Okay.
Hi, my name is Cece. I'm Latina. I am 20. I'm a licensed esthetician, and I'm not looking for anything. Hi, I'm Nestle. I'm currently in high school. I'm 17. I'm Mexican, and I'm currently looking for like nothing.
I'm Desi. I am black, white, Irish, Italian, a whole lot of stuff. I am 29 years old. My birthday just passed. My status is I'm married. And what I'm looking for is nothing because I'm married.
Hello, my name is Zaire. I am black. I'm 29 years old. I am a music data analyst, music data specialist, whatever. And my status, I'm in a relationship. And yeah, I'm not looking for anything.
All right. No worries. Thank you so much. All right. Appreciate you guys. Thank you, ladies, for the great introduction. Shout out to you guys one more time. All right. We have a full panel tonight. We have another great show planned for you guys. Shout out to you guys watching so far. If you're tuning in, but watching different platforms, definitely come over to YouTube and participate in the live chat. But let's get that live chat popping. Let me know what you guys think about the topic. And of course, if you're a ninja watching, definitely come out the closet tonight. A lot of you guys will be creeping, hating on my channel. So definitely come out tonight. You guys know I have an open mind. I like to hear from different perspectives, whether we agree or disagree. I'm always open to the discourse. All right. Before we go right into it, let's have some Kava real quick for everybody out there. And shout out to all the Kava drinkers out there tonight. All right.
Thank you.
All right. Okay. We might end up finishing the bowl tonight.
Yes, it's okay.
And yeah, but I got you, Claire.
Yeah.
And Dizzy. All right. All right. So
It smells so earthy.
yeah, it's good earthy taste. So traditionally in my culture is before we drink, we always raise our cups and we offer some words of endearment towards each other. So the topic of we're talking about should men and women stop dating. We're gonna have a great conversation. So something I always want to offer everybody. I believe in everything that comes to life, especially the choices for long term should always do it for intention. So intentionality, it's what makes a difference between commitment and being casual. So I think when it becomes important decisions in life, I always focus on dating with intention or whatever you're trying to achieve in your life. Pass it to you, Anne.
Like,
Any words of endearment you want to share to everybody?
of affirmation.
Or
Anything
advice,
you
whatever you want to
Okay.
share.
Well, I just say that like, even though I just graduated, nothing in life is like really mandatory. So you can really do whatever you want. Just make sure you're doing you and it's not for someone else.
Okay, thank you so much, Rocky.
Stay sweet and don't let them turn you salty.
I like that. Short and simple. All right, thank you, Rocky.
I say just stay true to yourself. Make decisions for yourself. You can like take other people's opinions into account, but just stay true to who you are.
All right, thank you so much, Claire.
I think just move with respect and be your authentic self. That's all you can do in this life.
Okay.
I just wish peace upon everyone.
Peace. Nice. Go ahead.
Yeah, just what I was gonna say, just basically be kind to everybody.
Okay. Basically, you know, like how she said, stay real to yourself, be authentic, stay humble, and praise Jesus.
Praise Jesus.
I just want to say that everyone's beautiful, everyone's unique, and everyone has their own thing to offer that no one else has.
All right. Oh, thank you so much, Zari. And we just repeat like Ofa. Ofa Atu. Ofa Atu, y'all. That's it. Let's rinse up.
Oh, I thought we were going to cheers.
That's for shots.
The more classier way is just a regular drink.
What's it taste like for you guys?
Not a
Claire,
bar.
you.
I don't know. It's like kind of sweet, but not really.
Yeah. How about you,
It
Amy?
reminds me of
It is
shrimp
good.
water.
Yeah, good.
It's like actually kind of reminds me of sugar water a little bit.
Sugar
Yeah,
water.
like faintly a little bit.
Yeah, it's
It's what I would
different taste
imagine that dirt tastes like.
Yes.
That's what I would imagine. I've never tasted it, but
Like healthy dirt.
yeah, but
Yeah.
not in a bad way though. 'Cause sometimes dirt be smelling like it tastes good. You know, like when it rains.
Yeah.
Like,
No, I do know what you mean.
Yeah.
It just smells fresh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like fresh.
You guys
Like
are,
wet concrete.
yeah.
oh yeah.
Yeah. It's good.
You guys seen that movie Waterworld?
No.
Oh, Kevin Costner.
Mm-mm.
Oh, okay.
He's like, oh, okay.
Point
Oh,
done.
don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. You guys end up watching that movie, but he has this a scene where because it's in the water, so there's a scarcity of land, and then there's this one scene where the guy finally found a jar of earth, and it looks so good. So
wow.
that's what this would taste like. Okay. But nevertheless, thank you so much. But yeah, thank you so much for the great intros. We have some Kava tonight, and then we have another great show planned for you guys. But we'll go right into it. But let's get that live chat popping. Hey, good to see you, Tim. Tim, Lord Punisher, lovely world. Let me know what you guys think of the live chat. And if you recognize these ladies, definitely say hello and support and show some love in the live chat. But we'll definitely go right into it. The topic we're going to be discussing is should men and women stop dating? Okay, so let me just play the clip real quick. So this is a popular podcast. They were having a discussion about this topic. We're going to react to it real quick for the first minute, and then we'll come back to you guys, and you guys get your reactions and your opening thoughts on tonight's topic. Okay, so this is the video that I saw.
Needs to be about preventative actions to not make families that could be potentially broken and things like that. What are the preventative actions that we need to discuss?
Oh, it's
then?
very simple. It goes back to the original marry before you carry. We need to stop dating, stop experiencing a bunch of people, stop having a bunch of sex, stop putting yourself in a position to have to sacrifice.
So if we stop dating, how do we get to marriage?
You shouldn't even be, and I talked about it.
Yeah, I asked him that.
You shouldn't be dating. You shouldn't even be opening up yourself up to all of these spirits from different men in the first place.
How do you meet your husband if you don't date?
You already probably met him. He's the person that has your best interests at heart. He's the person that already was your best friend. He's the person that had your best interest. Most women
How
skip
did I
over.
meet said
Most
hypothetical
women skip
person?
over the man that they were supposed to marry already. That's the key. And then y'all pick the guy that y'all want. He ruins you, and then you expect for another guy to come back and pick up the pieces for you. That's not the way to do it. We remixing what relationships are supposed to be.
Okay. All right. So that was the clip. All right. So that was the clip. That was the clip. Shout out to that show. They always have great conversations and back and forth. I see Andy Torres in the live chat. Hey, good to see you, Andy. I don't think I've seen you here before. So shout out to you, Andy. And I see, hey, what's up, Mr. Damian Owens? Hey, good to see you on the live chat. I appreciate you guys. But let's get that live chat popping. Let me know what you guys think. And of course, let me know what's your reaction to that clip we just played. But we'll go right into the topic. Ladies, you guys saw that clip. What's your reaction to it? And should men and women stop dating? Because he did mention that on part of the statement. You know, men and women should just stop dating, especially the way we date today. So let me start with you, Zari, and we'll go around the panel. Okay, so Zari, go ahead. Should men and what's your reaction to the clip? And do you believe, what's your response? Should men and women stop dating?
Okay, so first, my reaction to the clip. I think that, like, to say that we all probably met the person that we should marry is kind of crazy. Like, it's the idea that every woman has this random guy in her life that just like cares about her so much from out of nowhere. It's like really weird. I don't think that's true. So while I agree with the idea that like when he says you shouldn't just rack up a bunch of people in your life, I think that dating is definitely necessary to find marriage. Like you're gonna have to date someone. You're gonna have to go on a date. There's not just this random guy that's there like
Sweep you off your feet.
Yeah, like that's not
gonna fall out of the
realistic.
sky.
Yeah, it's not realistic at
Yeah.
all. So that's my opinion. And so obviously my answer to the question, I don't think men and women should stop dating. I do think that the way that men and women date today should change only because like the way that people look for a partner, it's kind of like spontaneous. Like they're looking at like, oh, like he's so cute and I got butterflies in my stomach. Like I like him. And I think when you're younger though, I think that's fine. Like I think that's how you should like. I don't think there's anything wrong with like casually dating someone. That's how you learn about yourself. Like I don't think you're gonna always marry the first person you date. I think that's fine. But I do think that people should look at more like less superficial things. Like instead of like, oh, I want a guy that's 6 feet tall and makes this much money. Like because then what happens is you get in that relationship and then the stuff that actually matters starts coming up. Like we don't have the same values or we don't. So I think like you should look at that stuff first and then instead of settling when it comes to the values and morals and stuff and then looking at the surface level stuff first, you should look at the values and morals first and then you should be willing to settle when it comes to the superficial stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much, Zari. You guys don't think you could have met a good guy in middle school or high school? No?
Maybe.
But you overlooked them?
Personally, I have.
I'm just saying.
But even then, like if they're friends, like you're still eventually gonna have to go on a date with them. Like you're gonna have to take that step.
You're gonna have to,
So it's like you're gonna have to date them at some point, whether or not you've met them or not.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. All right. Thank you so much, Zari. I'll pass it to you, Desi. What do you think? What's your response to that clip and also the topic? Go ahead.
Well, basically, the piggyback on what Zai said is you have to date in order to know if you want to even be with the person long term or, to see their vibe. You can't just have a conversation one time and be like, I love you forever.
Let's get married.
Yeah, it's not going to work, and coming from a person that is married, I've known my husband since I was 12, and
So you met him earlier.
Yeah.
Okay.
He was the guy.
He was the guy you met. Yeah.
Yes, but the thing is that he is my brother's friend from school, and I never looked at him like that. He was like, my big brother's friend, and I was just like the little sister. But as I got older, he's like, hey, girl, like I've been thinking, maybe we should talk sometime. And he was always afraid to talk to me, but I took the initiative and was like, what's good? Like, you're gonna be mine. And he is, and now I'm married and happy. So you have to put yourself out there sometime. I'm not saying open up your legs. That's one thing you don't do.
Yeah.
Okay. You got to work for it and make sure you feel me. He come correct before you just open up that cat. You know what I'm saying? So, and he worked greatly for it. So yes.
Okay.
So date, of course, duh.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. All right. Thank you so much, Desi. I'll pass it to you. What do you think? Do you think should men and women stop dating?
No, because I don't think it's fair for like people to expect you to be with one person your entire life when people are constantly changing. Like we're alive for, I don't want to say like we live very, very long. We experience so many different things. We meet different people. Like I don't think that's fair to be like, you have to be with this person for your entire life. And then, also we only die once. So it's like, how are you only going to be dating one person? Like you need to, we're going to be experiencing like different things. So.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. We've got some good different perspectives so far. We'll keep it moving. I'll pass it to you, Cece. Cece, what do you think? Should men and women stop dating?
No, I think dating is an absolute must. Like if dating wasn't around, what is it going to be? Arranged marriage? Like you have to date, you have to get to know people, you have to, realize, hey, I really like this when it comes to a partner, or I hate this. This is mandatory, non-negotiable, So I feel like dating, that's like mandatory,
Okay.
I guess.
All right. I just want to share a quick fact. I'm a fact nerd, but when it comes to arranged marriages, lower rates of divorce compared to marriages that you pick by your own choice.
Well, I don't know if
that's just a fact.
genuinely because they're like diehard happy. I think.
Yeah. What about the happiness levels? Like.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. I'm just giving you the facts. Whatever. I'm just saying. But thank you so much, Cece. We'll keep it moving, but get the live chat popping. All right, I see my Lord God from Twitch. Hey, good to see you. 100 watts to fly. Yellow. I don't know how to say that, but Marcus, Johnny D, good to see you guys. But you guys started to come in. Thank you so much. But we have a great show planned for you guys. Gas Mask, good to see you. Don't forget, if you do want to jump on virtually, the link in the description. You can jump on the last hour, but we'll keep it moving. All right, we have a great panel, great topic for tonight. I'll pass it to you, Claire.
Yeah.
Claire, what's your response to that video and also to the topic? Go ahead, Claire.
I have a lot of thoughts. I think that you shouldn't be shamed for dating a lot of people, and however you want to approach dating is up to you. I think that people find their forever partner in a multitude of ways, and I think that for me personally, like I have learned so much from each person that I've dated, learned things that I want and learned things that I don't want. And also to your point, I think when we were talking about what if you met your partner a long time ago, I'm a completely different person than I was when I was 16, when I was 18. So I think that if they were to come into my life then, maybe that's someone that was right for me when I was 16, but not someone that's right for me when I'm 26.
Yeah.
And they've evolved, I've evolved, and dating in general has evolved. So I think that, and something that excites me is the fact that I don't think that I've met the person that I'm supposed to be with forever. And I feel like that makes me excited to like meet the person that I will be with. And there's so many people that I have met. There's so many people that I haven't met. And I think that that's an exciting part of dating. And that kind of like keeps you going, because if you think that you've met your forever partner in the past, you're kind of going to be stuck on that and stuck ruminating in your mind over who that was, and instead of like what could be. So, and I don't think that, like, again, back to what I said in the beginning, I don't think anyone should be shamed for like the way they go about dating, and like if they like dated a bunch of people. I think you learn a lot.
Like you don't have to have sex with everyone you date. So when people say dating a lot of people, it doesn't mean having sex with everyone.
Yeah. And even if you have, like, it's you shouldn't be ashamed for like the way that you go about that.
You do it clean.
Yeah, exactly.
You don't want to spread anything.
Yeah, and that's like obviously a whole other topic of the way that like people view how many partners like women have had versus men have had. But anyways, I think that like the way you find your partner varies, and that's okay. That's the beautiful part of life. So,
exactly.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much, Claire. I'll pass it to you, Eve. Eve, what's your response to the video and the topic? Go ahead, Eve.
I kind of agree with Claire. I think dating is a fundamental part of just like life. Like you kind of like learn like communication skills with the opposite gender. You learn like what you like, what you don't like. So I think it's like, not even if it's just like, I mean, you should date with intention, but also it's just like a good like milestone like of your life like to have. Because I think you can learn a lot about yourself. I know you're like there to like learn about who you're dating, but even being with other people, you just learn a lot about yourself and like what you wouldn't put up with and like what you dealt with before. So I think it's I don't think people should stop dating.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much, Eve. I'll pass it to you, Rocky. Rocky, what do you think, Rocky?
My short answer would be no, we shouldn't stop dating, but I think we should stop committing to people aimlessly. My version of dating, personally, I guess now, as of right now, my version of dating is literally going on a date and like spending time with someone, mini golf, getting to know them, like almost on a friend level, just a friend level. I don't hold hands. I don't even hug you, to be honest. Like I'm just spending time with you, and if over time I'm spending time with you and eventually I want to commit, then cool. But I wouldn't stop dating. I would just stop committing to people aimlessly and stop leading people on. But
be transparent.
Or jump.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much, Rocky. And I'll pass it to you, Anne. Anne, what do you think? Go ahead.
I want to echo a lot of what everyone has said already, but also like whatever you're doing, just communicate with the other person. Like if you're not looking for anything, like don't pretend that you are, you know? I feel like that just is breeding ground for like toxicity, you know? Like if you're looking for something serious, like don't be messing around with people that you know are not looking for something serious. Like personally, I feel like you have to go through a lot of phases in life, like your ups and downs. Like I'm only 23, but like, you know, we've all been through our phases and stuff. So I feel like finding the right person for you means that they'll stick through all of your phases, and like as a woman, I feel like you have a lot of things that you have to do in order to maintain yourself. And if your partner or the person that you're seeing is not really like understanding that, or like they kind of overlook that, or like they don't want you to be the way that you are like naturally, then I feel like that's maybe not the vibes.
All right. Thank you so much. All right. Thank you so much. And appreciate you guys. But yeah, thank you so much for you guys tuning in so far. PAF on the live chat. Good to see you guys. But get that live chat popping. Let me know what you guys think. A lot of you guys are coming from Twitch. Definitely shout out to you guys. Thank you so much. But don't forget, if you have a specific question or topic, drop it through a super chat. If you want to donate to the channel, drop it through a super chat. If you want to join in as a virtual guest, there is a way to become a supporting member of my locals, and the link is below on YouTube. But keep that live chat popping. Let me know what you guys think. I appreciate you guys. I'll pass it back to you guys, the ladies. We all had a chance to go one by one. Does anybody want to add on to what somebody said on here, or respond to what somebody said?
Yeah, well, I feel like the only way I could possibly agree with the statement that they should stop dating is in the sense of people who like genuinely cannot be alone. So they like continuously like get into a bunch of relationships, I guess, start dating people, and then they obviously have a lot of problems within their own life. So these situations just keep blowing up, and then here they are, the next person and the next person. And then it's like, okay, at that point, yeah, you should stop dating and, work on yourself. Definitely.
Okay. Claire, you wanted to say something?
Yeah, I mean, I noticed something in the chat. Someone had mentioned when I talked about how I'm not the same person that I was when I was younger. Someone said, can you not evolve together? And I think that you can. I just think it's really situational. And I think that I wouldn't have done well in a relationship with most of the people I knew when I was 16 years old. And I don't think that I now would have the same mindset and same headspace. And yeah, of course I could have grown with that person, but I didn't. And there's a reason they're not in my life.
Yeah, meant to
And
grow
not
together.
Yeah. And I think that it's natural that when you do get into a relationship, you will grow with your partner. But those people just weren't the right partner for me. So that's what I meant. So I didn't mean that you can't grow together. You can, but I think that I just wasn't meant to date the people I knew when I was 16.
Okay, sorry.
Also, I kind of wanted to make a connection, like what you were saying about how like aimlessly committing. I feel like that's kind of the point of dating. How you were saying like, oh, I'll do something fun with them. There will be no commitment attached, because dating is not. That's what
Dating is not a relationship.
Dating is not serious.
Yeah.
So if you stop dating and then everyone you meet, you're like, oh, I'm gonna marry this person. Like, it can lead to like what you were, who was just saying, like getting in all these relationships back to back. So I think like it's really important to do like the casual dating, like just like not
just be
expecting anything.
friends.
Yeah, like we're friends, and then
Yeah.
if you guys end up committing to each other, that's fine. And if you guys don't, it's not like, oh, I did all this stuff with the person, I had a baby with this person. It's just like, cool.
Yeah.
I saw the red flags before we even started getting committed to each other.
And
So that's why I think dating is important. So
Okay.
you learn a lot about yourself when you're dating too. Like I feel like I've learned a lot about like my needs and like what I want. And I think that that's such an important aspect of dating too, is like realizing what you want in a relationship and what you need. So
And different people show you different things.
Yeah.
All right.
I kind of have
Desi.
to say,
Yeah, go ahead, Desi.
like how she was saying that some people can't be alone. I ain't gonna lie, I'm kind of sort of one of those type of people. Like once I'm in a relationship, I'm like actually in a real relationship, I'm like, you're mine and we're gonna be together. And if not, you can hit the door because another one will come. Right. But the thing is, doing that, a lot of guys feel like, oh, she's putting a lot on me. You know what I mean? Like I don't like to be alone. I love to love. I love to be in love. I love to like have that man with me. You know what I mean? Like my partner, my vibe, we're doing our thing.
Yeah.
So I do feel you on that. Some people just can't be alone. And I'm, if I have to be alone, then yeah, I'll just be alone. But, I do have a lineup, to be honest. I will I will talk to like 5-6 guys, fill them out. Not sexually, like I said, don't give up your cat. But, fill them out, let him take you out, let him wine and dine you. You like him, okay, keep him on the roster. If not, X his ass out. On to the next one. I don't like you too well, you did something I don't like. On to the next one. And that's how I found my husband. He was the last one. He won. So now I'm happy.
I think kind of
and pregnant and having a great life. Sorry.
no, I was just gonna say, I think kind of like what you're saying too is like there's a difference between not wanting to be alone and like being with like anyone, but it's like being with someone who respects you. Like, would you rather be alone or like with someone who doesn't respect you just to be with someone?
Yeah, because like
more
you had
like
boundaries and you
Yeah.
had
I set them from the beginning.
and that's like I think that's like a perfect or not perfect, but like I think that's a really great way to date is like dating with boundaries.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you know, like I said, have a couple of them, line them up, you know. It's okay. You're single. Girl, do what you want. Period.
Sorry, to spin back to your point, like, or I guess everyone's point is you learn about yourself when you're dating. Because me personally, like, now I can spot that I'm not gonna like someone from like a mile away. Like, and not to say like I don't give anybody a chance. I'm just saying like I'm gonna know based off the way that you say hello to me or the way that you text me like the first day, and that's only because I was able to interact with different people, experience with different people, and now I'm able to just be like, no. I don't like that. Move on. And then I don't waste my time. I don't waste their time. Everyone's happy. Move on to the next person. And that's that.
You mind me asking, what's an example of a guy texting or saying hello that turns you off?
There's not any certain thing. It's just a vibe that I get from them. I mean, sometimes there is like some over the top things where it's like, okay, yeah, you don't need to text me over and over and over again. There's obviously a reason I'm not responding. And then at that point I have to just like either be really stern or just block. I prefer not to block. Not necessarily not to block, but I like to give an explanation before I block. And most of the time I'm very vocal about it and they move along and that's that. So yeah, but I guess a specific example would be like hitting me up over and over and over again and I'm not like pursuing them either.
How would a man say hello that would turn you off?
No, it's not just hello.
No, 'cause you
like,
said it.
That was just like a
it's like the way, like, okay, I can give you an example.
Just for all the men out there.
I was at the club the other day and this guy comes up to me, right? I'm 5'10" and this guy is 6'10" at the club. And he comes up to me, he's like, oh, what's your name? And the second thing he leads to, or no, I go, Rocky. He tells me his name and he goes, I play basketball. I said, I don't care. Next. Because why is that your pickup line? You know what I mean? Like, it's about your status. Like, I don't care if you play basketball. What is that doesn't like affect me at all. You know what I mean?
I know a way someone could say hello that would turn me off immediately.
Hey.
Yeah.
Come here.
Yeah. Definitely.
Yes.
I feel like if you're not like a little bit nervous to approach a woman, you don't really respect her like that. You know, like if you're humble, like approaching anyone is not gonna be like impossible, but like it's like you should be scared to bother someone. You know, like like if you're
or
like,
make them uncomfortable.
like
Can I
talk
talk to you for a second?
Well, I think it comes back to what I said at the beginning of like approaching it, knowing like you might not get the desired outcome. Like if you're approaching someone, you have to know like they might not be into it, and that's okay. And that's the same way if a woman approaches a man. Like I'm not gonna, if I like want to go up to someone that I think is attractive, I am gonna go up to them knowing that like I might not get the desired outcome.
Exactly.
And also like on the aspect of dating, I think that like not everyone is always dating to marry. And like I would love to get married, but like I have a lot of friends who like might not want to get married. So like their approach to dating might be different than mine.
Of course.
That's just like a side note because I'm seeing a lot of like talk about like courting and finding your person, and like sometimes not everyone wants
to
get married.
I'd actually like to disagree with that point. I prefer confidence. That's just me though, because when I approach somebody, if I do approach somebody, it's with confidence. I don't really like when they're nervous. Not cocky, but I appreciate confidence. I don't really want you to be nervous around me because then that makes me nervous. That makes me uncomfortable. And then there's just a certain swag that comes with the confidence, and I know that that's my way of approaching somebody. So I would appreciate to be approached like that too, rather than like scouting me. Like then I just feel weird. Like why are you creeping on me like that? You know?
I think
don't make it weird.
I think there's confidence in knowing that you're not gonna maybe get the desired outcome too.
Exactly.
Like there's total confidence in that.
Yeah,
Being,
that
like I
actually
might not
takes
get what I want, but I'm
confidence
gonna
to
go
not
up to
be
you.
like
To not be nervous.
Totally.
I
think
feel
that's
like
important.
it's like it starts from respecting women, right? Like like you have to have confidence, but like
respecting people,
but like being humble at the same time. Like it's like a caveat. So like I definitely prefer confidence, but if it's like cocky and if it's like oh, I'm gonna get your number no matter what. Like,
Yeah, like, cause
like,
know who
who
that
do
is.
you?
Them dudes that cuss you out after you say like,
Yeah,
you,
like,
I'm not interested.
I'm not interested.
Or like they think they
What?
deserve
Like,
like your
yeah.
time and your
Exactly.
I
Yeah.
rejected somebody and he was like, why? It's because you got a boyfriend? I said, no, it's because I just don't like you. Like, I
I
don't
don't
want
want
to talk to
There
you.
doesn't need to be a
And like, I'm like,
reason.
there doesn't need to be a reason. I just don't want to talk to you.
Yeah, I actually seen a tweet this morning from a girl who got shot in her shoulder by a man for rejecting him.
Wow.
Yeah, and it's weird. Like, let's say I'm just trying to walk to the store. Like, I'm literally trying to walk to the store to get something. Like, I'm not
Yeah.
trying
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
date right now. I'm just
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Definitely.
I think another turnoff is when they're like overly sexual, like first
Mhm.
talking to you, like the, yes. the first combo is just like randomly bring up sexual things with you, like we just started talking.
Yeah, like where's like how are you?
Literally, what happened?
Damn,
How was your day?
Like-
Yeah. It's like, hold on, brother. Calm down. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, something we always talk about on the masculine mind when it comes to approaching women. Just do it with respect,
Yes.
confidence, and some humor. You know, women like a guy to make her laugh.
Yeah,
Definitely.
that's
Yeah.
true.
If you
Definitely.
can make her laugh, it's like you're in there.
Yeah.
You're in there. But that was a good that was a good conversation for all the fellas out there. So if you're lurking, like Rocky said, being weird,
Just don't be creeping on
Yeah.
me.
Creeping.
Like, bro.
Also, I don't like guys that are hella materialistic. Like, I
Yeah.
got Burberry on, I got Gucci on. Do
you remember that Kanye?
No.
You know, it's so funny when they do that
Do
because
you
I'm like, I wear
remember that
Ross.
Kanye
Thank
guy?
you.
When me and Des were like, we were in the parking lot somewhere, like we were hanging out, and this guy, I think I'm not gonna say his name. I already did. Oops. But like,
It's fine. He's
he was
not
trying to
there.
talk to me, and like he was really nice. He was really cool or whatever. And I politely just told him like, I'm not interested in talking to you or whatever. And then when he was leaving, I like walked into his car. I was like, okay, like you have a nice night. And he's like, I can't get your number for real. And I didn't
Like,
give him
no.
his number. So he like skirted off in his car and like drove in a circle around us and pulled out hella money and turned his music up and was like, and like showed off his
What?
money.
remember
And then he
that.
gave my friend $100.
Yeah.
It's like,
to be
like I
yeah,
care.
I'll take the money, but
yeah, and I'm like, okay.
If you're off,
Like, I still don't want to talk to you.
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
That's even now. I
It's
really
not-
don't want to talk to you. Like,
because you're a fucking bitch.
and then they'll do that.
No, that's
And
true.
then
That's
they'll
true.
do that. They'll do that, and that's how they get women, like with money and stuff. And then be like, women are gold diggers. They use you for your money. Like,
Well, if you're offering, like, you know,
Yeah, if you leave with your money,
that's
Yeah.
what you're
Yeah, that's what you're attracted.
yeah,
Especially after I just rejected you, and then you pull out your money.
yeah.
If I were to like,
Shouldn't
And
you
on
do that
top
a
of
long
it-
time ago?
On top of it, that's all they're offering, and then they beg for it. It's like they're begging for your attention,
Yeah,
and all you have to
definitely.
offer is money. So it's like, well,
how do you not expect to attract
Yeah.
people?
yeah, like
Yeah.
what?
Yeah, exactly.
clearly can't handle rejection.
Yeah.
At all.
Exactly.
All right, no worries. So thank you so much, ladies. Appreciate you guys. Thank you for the conversation. But let's get the live chat popping. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. If you have any questions or topics, drop it through the super chat. We'll be able to respond to you guys. But we'll go right back in the topic. Should men and women stop dating? So I want to challenge all the ladies on here because I do disagree with all you guys. I
You love to disagree with us.
I have to.
It never fails.
But I believe we can agree. I believe if I explain it so we can find some common ground. But a lot of the things you guys did mention, I did agree with. So I think it's just a matter of just defining the terms. But quick question to everybody on the panel. Is there a long-term goal for yourself? Do you want to get married? Yes?
I'm 19, so I don't know.
I do, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I think I do if it's the right person.
I'm talking about long-term. I know a lot of you guys don't want it right now, but long-term in
I
the
don't know.
future.
I'm different from who I was 5 years ago. I don't know
Okay.
who I'm going to be in 5 years. So I can't
Okay.
really give a solid answer. It's like right now, as of right now,
Yeah.
yes, I want to get married, but I don't know if 5 years I'm still going to want that.
Oh, okay.
I want to get married, but like I don't want to settle for the wrong person. I'm not
Yeah.
willing to get married if it's not
Yeah.
Of
someone
course.
I'm, like wanting to be with long term.
Yeah. So
But yeah, I
Yeah.
would love to get married if I
Yeah.
find the right
Okay.
person.
So let me just define it a lot better for you guys. So in the long term, you want to get married with the man that you would want to be with. He respects you. He loves you. You guys in a committed, respectful, trustful, loyal relationship, healthy relationship.
Mhm.
So is that an outcome that you want for your future down the line?
Yeah.
All right.
Yes. And if that doesn't happen, then I don't want to get married.
But that is an outcome that you want.
Yes, that's
Okay.
an outcome I want.
Okay.
And if I don't get that, I'm not getting married.
I agree. Okay. So you want that. Claire, you want that. Eve says she wants that.
Yeah, like we won't settle, you know?
All right. So, Cece, is that an outcome you want in the future?
No,
You don't want that outcome?
no.
You don't want that respectful, healthy, loving, trusting relationship with the man that you're gonna get married to?
No.
Okay, interesting. Interesting.
Elaborate.
Can I ask you why? Why you don't want that outcome?
It's really honestly just because of the things I've seen that it strayed me away like very, very, very heavy, you know?
Yeah.
So now I just see that, at least currently I see it as something that's just like a big no-no. But like she said, who knows what I'll be in another 5 years.
Yeah, definitely.
And that's okay.
Okay.
You like don't want marriage, like that's fine.
Yeah.
At least like
I have a lot of friends that
Yeah,
don't.
you just said that too.
Yeah,
like,
people
some
make it
people
like
don't wanna
this
be
huge
married.
Okay.
I have so many, yeah.
I feel like it's just a whatever happens type
Yeah.
of thing.
Okay. Okay.
Definitely.
Okay.
So you know.
So do you believe you don't believe men like that exist?
No, I definitely believe
Okay.
men like exist. Like I know that there is beautiful, great, healthy relationships out there, and I know
Okay.
there's probably somebody out there like that for me, you know. But like I said, like as of right now, yeah, like someone said too much trauma. Like yeah, that's facts,
Okay.
you know. So yeah.
So if
just-
there was a possibility that you happen to come across that man in the future, would you accept it? If you
I
came
just
across
think
that
that's
man.
something that's like really, really terrifying. So
Okay. No, I understand. Okay.
yeah, I don't know.
You've seen a lot of bad experiences, and that's kind of jaded your
Yeah.
perspective. Okay, I understand. Okay, what about you?
Currently no, but if I fall in love, probably yeah.
Okay, in the future.
Yeah,
You
that's
want it
if
in
I
the
fall
future.
yeah, that's only if I fall in love though. But if no.
Of course, when I say this marriage, it's a marriage you're gonna fall in love with, right? Yeah.
Like if we had a perfect life.
I won't say perfect because nothing's
Yeah,
perfect, but
Well,
I'm
you know what I
saying-
mean. Like your
Yeah.
ideal life. Like
Yeah.
what does your ideal life look like?
Yeah,
Marriage
yeah,
or not?
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Definitely.
They want the
and-
same future. So.
All right.
No, go.
She's already married.
Yeah, Desi, I know you already got
I
it.
got something
All right.
to say, Jesus Christ. Even though I am already married, but it is a long journey to getting there.
Yeah.
I was dating my husband for 8 years before we even got married.
Yeah.
And trust me, it was not easy. It was hard as fuck. He was sometimes an idiot doing dumbass shit, and I had to put that belt on that ass.
Mhm.
But the thing is, thinks he's a little bit too privileged. Oh, she's not gonna go anywhere. I'm the only guy she ever want. He had that in his mind. I had to show him multiple times.
We're both choosing to be here.
I will dip out on you like hotcakes on a goddamn plate, boy. I'm gone. Okay. I went to Vegas, went to the man, all kind of stuff, and let him know this is what I'm gonna do. This is what I'm doing. And if you don't like it, straighten up. If not, hit the dough, Jack. And he straightened that ass up.
Okay.
And now I got
And then they
married. Yes. So
Okay.
it's hard. It's
All
a
right.
long process, like how you said. You don't want to just be like, oh yeah, let's just get married, and you see terrible examples. Girl, you're right. But I love that man to death.
Yeah.
To death. And he knew I wasn't gonna go nowhere, but he had to know, don't play with me. Because damn sure would.
Don't take you for granted.
Yeah.
Okay.
Respect.
And Zaire, I know you have a man, but
Yeah.
that's the
I mean,
outcome long term,
I would
right?
like to marry the person that I'm with right now, but I'm not the type of person that like is in a huge rush to get married. Like I hate when people like on the internet, like he would know in 6 months of dating you if you guys are going to get married, or if he waits this long. Marriage is for life. So there's no need to like hurry up and do it. Like
Yeah.
I don't have a timeline of when I want to get married, but I think your life partner is your life partner before you sign the papers anyway. Like it doesn't.
Yeah. If they're your forever person, they'll be with you forever.
But-
regardless of papers or not.
Yeah.
Okay.
Although I still want the papers.
Yeah, and that's fine. You can want the papers.
And I think like I'm the type of person like I would rather like move in with you and stuff and know what it's like to live with you. before
Totally.
Before.
Agreed.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Just a quick question before I respond, because you said that marriage is something you just takes a lifetime to figure out. If you're in a relationship with a man but he hasn't proposed to you, how long would you be with a man that hasn't proposed to you to make you his wife? How long would you have to date him before you get concerned that he hasn't popped the question yet?
I think it's so situational.
As long
It
as
depends
I
on
know
your
his
age.
intention to marry me, I'm
Yeah.
not. If I know it's his intention to marry me, I'm not going to be like, it's been 2 years. Like,
Yeah.
No,
like
but
if we've
there-
talked about it
Yeah.
and we know we're going to get married, I'm not like,
Well, there's some women on the line that said, they've been waiting for 10 years and then,
No, I personally think 4 years. It's like, okay, we've spent.
Okay, so 4 years.
together at this
Yeah.
point. It's like,
that would be concerning.
yeah,
right?
and it's like if you
Okay.
wanted to make me your wife, then what are you waiting for?
You guys,
I'm not like putting a deadline on feelings. Like I think
Exactly.
that like
I
there's
also want to say something to
Well-
what she was saying. Like, what are you waiting for?
Yeah.
for an example, like I said, it was 8 years, but he wanted to make sure that he was more financial.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Make sure he was ready in his mind, ready for him
Yeah,
to
marriage
be
and
married.
family.
You know,
Yeah.
I was married when I was a little girl, but the thing was, he had to be in that mind state before he can officially say,
Exactly.
I do.
And I think,
So-
go ahead.
Wait, yeah, go ahead, Claire.
I was just gonna say, like, adding on to what I was saying before, like, I don't think that there's a specific timeline. I think that like every relationship is different. Like my parents got engaged after being together for less than a year, and they've been together for like 30 plus years and have had an incredible marriage and raised 2 amazing children. So amazing.
You're one of
Two to
them.
my own.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean. And then I also have friends who like their parents waited 10 plus years to get engaged, and that's fine.
Yeah.
But it just depends on the nature of the relationship and when the people are ready. And I think that like you said, there's other aspects that come into it. Are you financially ready? Are you emotionally ready? For me, it's like, have I lived with that person and for a substantial amount of time to know that I can like coexist with them in the same space long term? I think there's so many aspects. So like, I can't put a timeline on that. I can't say that like I need to be with someone for X amount of years to know if like that's the right.
But there has to be a timeline where it's too long, right? So it's for a lot of women. So you said 4, but there's women
I don't think
say 8, 10, 20.
I think the women that are like, oh, I waited 10 years. Did you guys have that conversation? Do you guys know? Or are you just in your mind waiting for him to want to marry you? Like, do you know that that's his intention to marry you? Did you guys sit down and talk about like what you want in your life?
Yeah.
Like, I think if you have that conversation and you're clear on it, then I don't think it's.
What if you have that conversation? He just says, no, I'll let you know when I'm ready.
Yeah, then
And
if you've expressed what you want and
Yeah.
he won't respect what you want, then you can walk away. That's fine.
Okay,
'Cause-
okay,
and
fair
I think that like I have friends, I mean, even my sister is getting married this year, and when she got engaged, she had been talking to her fiance about how she wanted to get engaged, and they waited another few months, and at that point he knew that she wanted it, and they did it.
Okay,
And like I
okay.
think that if you have that conversation and you both know that you want it,
Yeah.
and one person's not giving in, then you don't want the same thing, and that's fine.
Yeah.
You leave.
All right.
But the time in between, like my sister and her boyfriend were literally together for 12 years before they got engaged, and they've been engaged for like 2 years. But they're like the best couple that I know. So it's like,
But they got engaged in 2 years. Okay.
no, they got engaged after being together for 12 years. They've been engaged
12?
now for
Or
2
2?
years. Because
gotcha.
when they were about to get married, it was like
Okay.
COVID stuff was still going on.
Alright.
But like they're not in a rush because they
They're
know that they're going to be
not.
together for the rest of their life. So
Yeah.
it's like,
Yeah.
what's
I
the point?
think it's more like how long are you questioning it? Not necessarily how long are you in that relationship for, but if I'm sitting there and questioning it for a whole year or two and been asking for a year or two,
Yes.
then it's like, this is ridiculous. You know what I mean? Because like, let's say for example, I've been with someone since I haven't, but let's say I was with someone since middle school, 10 years, you're 13. I'm not ready to get married at 23. You know what I mean?
Right.
And so it's more just like, at what point do you talk about marriage, and then how long is that timeline between talking about it and actually getting married? If you're talking about it and you've been talking about it for 2 years and it's still like nothing's happening, nothing's moving forward, then it's like, okay, I think it's time to go. You know, because you've brought it up, you've expressed it, and they haven't said anything, so then it's time to go.
Yeah. It's like, have you expressed you wanted it? Are you both in the place in your lives where you're ready for it? And that's
Okay.
that doesn't have like a certain amount of years on it.
Yeah. I feel like a relationship and like marriage, it's like different floors of like a building, right? Like I don't know, I love metaphors, but like it's like one step at a time, right?
Yeah,
Like
definitely.
first, like I don't know you, you're a whole ass stranger. Like you could like, like be dangerous like that,
True.
And then I figure out that you're a friend, you're not like trying to hurt me. And then maybe like you fall in love and then you move in together. But, like you take it one step at a time. So like I feel like, yeah, what you said about like how long are you questioning it? Like if you said from the get-go that you're serious about this relationship and like they're not really returning that kind of energy, then you're just attached at that point.
Right.
Definitely.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And just like sit by yourself and take a long, hard look at your relationship. And if it's not like what you really want, then you got to go.
Yeah.
And I think I've had a lot of conversations with friends lately about how relationships change as you get older. And it's no longer just about like, I like you or I love you. It's, do we have the same visions of our future?
Right.
And so it's like, if you want to get married, but your partner doesn't, like, that's going to be something you're either going to
Yeah.
have to like commit to or walk away
Yeah,
from.
definitely.
And then it's like kids are another aspect of that. I have some friends who want kids and their partner doesn't.
Mhm.
So it's like that's something you have to talk through and compromise on, or you have to walk away and know that that's like something you want.
All right. So yeah, thank you so much. Thank you for the great responses. Shout out to everybody in the live chat. But the reason why I disagree with dating, and I think it's good to define why I disagree with it. For me, dating is when you're dating with no intention, dating with no purpose. All right. So I'm a big believer in intentionality. I do believe that when it comes to dating and marriage, I think one of the biggest decisions you will ever make in your life is who you're going to choose as a partner and who you have children with. Right. There's a lot of examples you can see in real life of people that chose the wrong partner or chose a person to have kids with the wrong partner. And for some men and women, it can literally destroy your life or cause a lot of hardships in your life long term, right? So my definition, I don't believe in dating. I do believe in courting. And I believe courting for me, by definition, is dating for purpose and for marriage. If you ask most people, would you want a healthy long-term marriage relationship? Do you want children? If that's the ultimate outcome that you want for your life, for me, it makes sense to date with intentionality to make sure that you're only dating people with the qualities that represent the very outcome that you want. If you want that outcome, why would you date somebody and you're not having those conversations? You're just dating because you want to have fun. You want to date because you want to spend time with one another. For me, that's just a waste of time because eventually you want the long term, which is family, kids, and marriage. So if you're wasting time just spending time with somebody just for fun or recreation, but you have no conversation for the long-term future, or he doesn't exhibit or she doesn't exhibit the qualities that makes a great partner, wife, or they're ready for the responsibility of duty for marriage. And a lot of people date just to date. And we see this today in casual dating. People will date 1 year, 2 years, 3 years. For a lot of people, it's 5 years, 6 years, but they've never had that conversation with their partner. But what is this going to look like long-term? How are we going to have this family? What are we going to do? What's my responsibility? What's the expectations for this to not only build and grow together, but also sustain the relationship? So I just want to pull up, I do want to have a conversation, the difference between dating and courting. I just want to read the definitions for you guys, if you guys don't mind. And I want to pass it back to you guys if you guys want to respond or you want to push back. But I saw this great, I put this on Google, right? What's the difference between dating and courting? And let me just put it on the screen for everybody that's watching this right now. Share screen. Go ahead, show. Okay, there we go. So dating and courting are both romantic relationships, but they differ in their purpose and level of commitment. Dating, a more casual social activity with no clear intention. Dating is often viewed as temporary and people might not discuss the future. The goal is to get to know someone better and decide if you want to pursue a more serious commitment. Courting, a more serious purpose-driven relationship with the intention of marriage. Courting is more formal and structured with rules about etiquette and behavior. The purpose is for the couple to get to know each other and decide if marriage is a good idea. Courting, which I do believe in this one, often involves family and parents. I would just add your dad, your father, may need to approve of the relationship before it can continue. All right. And I just want to read this part right here. This is a great article I saw about the difference between dating and relationships. I just want to read it for you guys real quick. Was this the one I saw? I don't think this is the one. And I think this is the one. Okay. No, this is the one. Okay. There we go. I'm gonna read this real quick. Courting is dating as cold is too hot. Damn ads. Okay.
Oh my god.
God, get
Oh my god. Subscribe now.
It's still loading. It's still loading.
Right,
That's fine.
oh, okay. Just some patience.
I think Satan trying to stop me right now. All right, courting is to dating as cold is to hot. They are completely different sides of the relationship equation. One has a very specific end from the beginning, and the other has no clear purpose or intention. I firmly believe that courting is the best vehicle in which to place any romantic relationship because it eliminates the confusion too commonly found in dating. All right, and then there we go. I like this analogy. To use another analogy, dating is like a comma, whereas courting is like a period. This means that dating represents a man and woman with a number of potential ends to their relationship, where courting has only one: marriage. Courtship is just an act. It is not an act, it's a philosophy. The philosophy believes three things: parents should be involved in their children's relationships. Any relationship worth having will result in marriage. Sex is a privilege for those who are married. All right, so I just want to go back to you guys as a panel. So I do agree with you guys. Yeah, so let me pass it back to you guys. But I do agree with, if you don't, like I said, everybody's different, right? But if you don't want a family, if you don't want to commit in a relationship, you just want to be alone and be by yourself, and you're just happy being alone, of course, then go date and do whatever you want to do. But if you ask most people, what is the outcome they want for long term, we can kind of all agree for both men and women, long term wise, most people would say, if you want to attract a long term, healthy, committed relationship, somebody that loves you, respects you, wants to do this responsibility to be a great parent and raise great quality children that's going to contribute to be a positive effect for society and to represent your family in the best way, I believe most people will want that. Yeah. So the problem is today is a lot of people want that outcome, and this is my perspective. A lot of people want that outcome, but they're just dating with no intention and purpose, or you participate with partners who choose to waste your time by you, because that's the way we date today. I think that's why a lot of people find themselves situationships, or people that don't want to be with long term, or get played, or get manipulated, or find people who are toxic with them. And also, we didn't even have the conversation with children, right? So even if you're not dating, even if you don't want that long term, but if you're having sex, the consequence of sex is you're going to have a child. Mm-hmm. So the thing is, for me, is even if you say, I'm happy by myself, I don't want a long-term partner, but then you have sex, you get pregnant. Now that child is going to be born into a world where they don't have both parents. Now that child is going to suffer as the consequences of your decisions, because you participated in dating with something, no clear-cut future to build a strong family. And I think that's why for me is, if you know exactly what you want, then great. But if you want to have good children, if you want your children to have two-parent household, and if you want a marriage, if you want to commit a relationship, then you should only be intentional in how you date, attract good quality people that has the characteristics to represent that, and be selective of who you have sex with. And don't just go out there and open yourself up to multiple people, because the consequences is your child might be born into a single parent household, which statistically, when I have a lot of friends who are part of that, they suffer. Definitely. So that's my response. I believe courtship, that's where we should be moving towards too. But I don't think casual dating works, because that's why so many people today are finding themselves in the situations of that we see today in modern dating. I'll pass it back to you guys. What's your response to that?
Yeah. So I just want to again reiterate what I said about how dating does not always involve sex. Dating someone is just literally going on dates. That's what dating is, yeah, if you look it up. And I also want to say that I don't think everyone is gonna like come out of high school at 18 and just be like on the hunt for,
and
like,
know exactly what they want.
Have kids and settle down. Like,
yes.
I think it's perfectly normal and fine. Like, when you're saying they're just doing it for fun, like, what is wrong with like going on dates with someone for fun?
Agreed.
I don't think that that's a problem. And I think that like the first person you be with doesn't have to be your life partner. It doesn't mean you wasted time just because you dated someone. Like, you probably could have had some great times and some great memories. And then later in life, let's say if you're like in your mid 20s and you're like, I'm ready to like settle down and have kids, then you can court someone. And I think that even when you showed me the definitions, it looked to me like dating is the first step before courting. Yes. Like, it looked like you're gonna have to go on a date. Yeah. And like, I don't think you should immediately be like, so are you like, you're not even gonna know. Like, when I was 18, I didn't know if I wanted to have kids or how many kids I wanted to have. Like, that's something that you have to think about as an adult. That's not something you're just gonna know. Like
you just pop out with this list of stuff. Like,
you're not
develop that list.
You have to develop the list based off.
Exactly.
So I think it's like literally impossible to just like jump straight into like trying to get married. And I'm not gonna bring someone home to it says it involves parents. I'm not gonna bring someone home to my parents until I've been dating them for a while.
Yeah.
So that's what I think. I think that to have a relationship, it starts off with dating. It probably will turn into a relationship. You guys will end up doing all this stuff. And I know some people don't believe in having sex until they get married. But like the person I married, we're gonna have lived together. We're gonna have had sex. We're gonna have done all of that. I'm not gonna definitely marry someone that I've never
been intimate with. Like
Also-
that's not gonna happen.
Also, sorry, bouncing back to the sex thing. No one should be shamed for like having sex with someone that they don't necessarily want to marry. I think that that's like unnecessary, and I think that also the man is also responsible, because if you're having sex with someone that you necessarily don't want to have a kid with, wrap it up,
Yeah.
or don't have sex with
Literally,
them.
there's
So
birth
like
control.
that
There's so
is-
many things.
and
not
yeah,
having
there's
Yeah.
you can get an abortion as well, and like that is a woman's decision as well, which is another topic. But like you don't need to have a kid with the person you have sex with. I would absolutely never have a kid with any of the men that I've slept with, personally.
Yeah.
And that's
And you
okay. Like I will find the person that I want to have a kid with eventually, and I don't think that I need to take into account, am I going to marry and have kids with this person if I want to sleep with them? That's my choice in the moment.
Yeah. But let me just respond real quick. So you said that men and women shouldn't get shamed for the amount of people they have sex with, right?
Mhm.
Okay. So if you're having unprotected sex and you're having sex with somebody that you don't want to be with long term, the reason why there is a lot of constructive criticism or backlash or shame, because if men and women are both having sex with people when there is a consequence of possibility of a child, and you don't have no intention or genuine feelings for this person, then that's why it can be seen as irresponsible behavior. Because I have male
But
friends.
that shouldn't be like, you shouldn't feel shame because of that.
Well, but the thing
I don't
is,
think
if
you should.
the consequence of it
You have a
is,
choice.
I get that, but the thing is for me is, if you have sex with somebody, there's always the consequence of a child coming into life.
Yeah.
So
Of course.
if you have sex and then you constantly bring in children that you don't want to be part of the children's life because you didn't like that partner, because you only want to have fun with them.
Yeah.
If you have that consistency for long periods of time, then that's why it could be seen as that's
Yeah, but then you also have
irresponsible.
a choice of like what to do if that situation arises. Like,
Yeah,
hopefully
yeah.
you've had a conversation with them, and if not, then like that was also his choice to not use protection, to
Yeah.
not, it wasn't just like the person who's going to get pregnant.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think like what I do think is that anyone that you have sex with, you guys should already know, like you guys should have a conversation. Because like if someone accidentally gets pregnant and the guy's like, I don't want it, you should get an abortion. And she's like, I don't believe in getting abortions. And then you have the baby and he doesn't want to be in his life. So that's why I think like that, like with my partner, he already knows, like I'm not gonna get an abortion if I get pregnant.
Yeah.
So he already knows that, he's aware of that, and he
Yeah.
knows like, well, I'm not gonna abandon the baby.
Yeah.
Even though right now we don't want kids. So like I think like it's more important to just like, I don't think having sex is shameful before marriage. I think that just having smart sex is important.
Totally.
Like, you should,
And
you
safe
should
sex.
know
Yeah.
safe sex, smart sex.
Well,
Yeah, it's also
things
like
that.
an abortion is not plan A. Like an abortion is like plan Z. Like you're gonna have A, B, C, D, E, like all of that kind of stuff. Like
Literally,
Like, you're gonna be-
condoms, birth
you're gonna be
control, cycle
responsible
track.
Yeah.
There's so many ways to
mindful.
prevent getting pregnant. It's not like if you have sex, you're gonna have a baby. Like it's not.
Yeah,
how it
so-
works.
I personally wish I would have waited, because if I had a baby with any of the men I have slept with, I would be in an absolute wreck.
As I'm saying.
Same.
So now, as of now, like if I do plan on having another sexual partner, I would probably look at how they would raise a child 1st. God forbid that were to happen and like we got pregnant and like whatever. I would hope that they'd be a good father,
Yeah.
regardless of like the relationship or not, like whether we're together. I would probably still only want to have sex with somebody that would be a good father.
Yeah.
yeah.
So,
But you like get to that point, and like sometimes like that, like you said, like there are people in your past that like you wouldn't have necessarily wanted to be the father, but it's like what you want in the moment too,
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
now I want to date with intention, and like I want to, but I didn't always. Like I wanted to date to meet new people, and like I wanted to date to find out what I wanted, and like not all of those people that I dated or that I slept with were necessarily someone I could see being the father
Yeah.
of my children, and that's okay.
Yeah.
And like now maybe I will.
Yeah.
can I go back to the courting thing? Because I
Yeah.
had a thought.
Go ahead.
I think
Um,
you was gonna say.
Oh, sorry.
You can go ahead.
Oh,
Oh, go ahead.
Sorry.
I don't necessarily disagree with courting, just the parent part. I need to decide if I like you before my parents decide that they like you.
Totally.
Because like I don't really care what my parents think. If I like, well, I mean that's not true. Like
But not over. What
yeah,
they-
like
Right.
not over what I think. Yeah, so it's like I agree with courting. Just the parent part kind of trips me up because it's like I need to decide whether or not I like you first. I'm not introducing every single man that I speak to, go on a date with my parents because like I'm not gonna.
And
let
then they
them
think
decide.
that it's like all serious.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh my God. So I should never
They
brought
get
it up.
Yeah.
Overexcited. Yeah.
I said I was going on a date one time, and they're like, "Where's this man's at?" I don't know, but the date didn't go well. Like I'm not talking to him again. Like no.
Do you know why that tradition existed back in the day, where the daughters would have to meet the father? Do you know why that existed?
Because you're joining families. Like you're
Yeah, that was one, and also.
I don't know. I guess they would have to accept. I guess.
Kind of like
Didn't the dad
passing
pass
on
the baby
Yeah.
I don't
to
know.
women on to
I mean, that's kind of scary.
Like women are not property.
You don't
I'm
own
sorry.
someone. Yeah.
I'm not saying that.
Have to like present like some money to the dad and like buy the wife.
Dowries.
Well,
Yeah.
let me. Can I ask you guys a question? Does anybody on this panel have a father that exemplified the type of man that you would want to date?
Yeah,
I think so.
extent.
Okay. So
Yeah,
don't you
that's
think?
great.
So if you have that type of father in your life that was involved, and he is a great example of the type of man and responsibility and his duty, the way he respects and loves your mom and the wife, wouldn't it make sense that you would want your father with that life who has a better life experience, understanding of men? Because when you meet men, especially when you meet them early as women, you guys have a very emotional connection, and I think sometimes emotions can blind you from a lot of things that you don't see. So sometimes you need your father who really loves you and he wants the best for you. I'm not talking about the controlling tyrants father. I'm talking about the very respectful, loving fathers who want the best for you. Don't you think it makes sense to bring him to meet him and have a man-to-man conversation and a very objective conversation?
Eventually, but not on the first date when they're like, "What are your intentions with my daughter?" Like, no.
Yeah.
I say,
what's wrong with the first date?
Maybe if I was like in high school, what's wrong with the first date is that every person that you go on a date with is not going to be someone like introducing someone to your family. I think is a step in a relationship. I don't think it's like a dating show. Like, hey, everyone, meet the new bachelorette. Like come be my family. Like, I think that's weird. I think that it's a step in the relationship. If I decide that this is someone I might want to be committed to, then I'll bring them home and be like, hey, what do you think? Maybe.
Did you have that?
At the end of the day, like, not to be harsh, but like your parents are going to die and then you're going to be stuck with this person for the rest of your life. So like what you think or how you feel is a lot more important.
And not everyone's
than if
parents
they
are like
approve.
in the picture either. Like,
Well, that's why I mentioned. Like, I'm talking about that.
and if they are, like, sure. Yeah.
No, I'm talking about the type of father to exemplify the type of man that you want to date. So if you have that type of man, don't you think it makes sense to meet him so that way you can get a different perspective?
At some point.
Yeah.
My dad's not meeting a man that the first date.
There's no reason.
Eve, what were you gonna say?
There's absolutely no reason. There's nothing that he's gonna find in like that's crazy. Like I don't even know this guy. I'm bringing this random guy to the house and like, hey dad, I'm about to go have dinner with this guy. What do you think? Like, and then if he doesn't like what I'm like, never mind, we're not having dinner. Like,
and my dad would think that's weird too. At the end of the day, it's weird. Like, not my dad.
Well, the reason why as guys, because just as men, we can call out the bullshit on men, and we can have that talk with other men. So when we meet guys, we can have that real conversation. And you guys,
what would you ask? Like, what would you talk about? Let's say your child came home with a man. Like, what would that conversation look like?
I'll be very upfront with them. What are your intentions with my daughter?
Yeah, like I just feel like
I'll be upfront. That's exactly what I would say. What are your intentions for my daughter? And I would just let him, and I'll see how he responds. And that's why what for me is, I could just tell when men who are gonna waste their time, right? The way they don't, when you have that honest conversation with them, and especially when you're meeting the dad, because I think when other men are with other men, there's this confrontational aspect when we meet each other, because especially if I have sisters, so I'll use my sister's example. When my sisters would date somebody, I would have a conversation with this guy. It's like, hey, look, what are you looking? Why are you dating my sister, right? And he already knows by the tone of my voice, I'm not playing. Like this is not something I'm playing for. You're talking about my sister. What you say to me right now, this is not a joke, right? Now I can tell if somebody has true intentions. He's very precise and concise because he's thought about this. Yes. Men with dating with intention, with purpose. These are things that they thought of before they even dated you, right?
But if it's the first date, like he might not even be clear if he even wants to, like, what's my intention to
He
me?
doesn't
Like,
even know if he likes
how is he
you.
gonna know that? Y'all just not trying to see if y'all like each other. Like, I think you should bring.
Well, I'm not saying that- I'm not saying
like each other.
Personal intention.
I'm not saying the first date.
Yeah.
I'm saying is maybe you date a couple times, but
Yeah.
but at some point you realize this is something that's gonna go long term.
Yeah, that's
When you think about
care.
something long term, and then okay, that's when you bring in the dad.
I have
Yeah,
2 points.
that
to-
makes
One
perfect
is,
sense.
what are you gonna do? These are like 2 like sub questions
Yeah.
for you. So one is, if you don't like the guy's answer, are you gonna tell your sister or daughter to end it and break up with them? And then also, when you're asking them these things, like, do you have specific answers you
That you're
want to
looking for.
hear? And like, can there be versions of those answers that you will like accept?
Yeah.
You know?
Yes.
Yeah.
So yes. So the thing is for me is if I ask a question, what are my intentions with my daughter, and he's like, I don't know. You know, that means for me he hasn't really thought about it. So he doesn't even know where this is gonna go, and for me that's concerning to me.
At
But
what
if he has
point in
anxiety-
their relationship are you expecting them to bring them to you? Like, if you're the dad, at what point in the relationship?
I believe as soon as I do agree you have to date a couple times on the dates, but as soon as you know that I want a commitment from this man, I want to be in the long term.
Yeah.
I think like I said, if you don't have that type of male figure in your life, don't do it.
But then how do you figure out when you know, or when your daughter knows? Like, how, like, there shouldn't be an amount of dates that she needs to go on.
No, I'm
to,
saying
like,
is-
know. It's when she knows and
Yeah.
she
Yeah,
wants to bring this home to you.
Everyone on
agree
this,
with that.
everybody on the panel, right? You guys know that when you date somebody, there is a point of time, whether
totally.
it's date 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah, and you're like,
When you know,
really
I really like this guy and I want to be in a long-term committed relationship
Yeah.
with this guy. Once you have that understanding, that's when you bring the father. But like I said,
Yeah.
Of course.
I'm not gonna force my daughter to listen to me. But the thing is, for me, is I'm gonna give her my advice.
Absolutely.
But also, I would hope that I was a great example for her, and we had a great communication with my daughter. That she values my advice. That she knows, look, I'm your dad, and have your best interests.
Absolutely.
So I'm not saying these things out of trying to prevent you from something you don't want long term. You trust my leadership. You trust me. I've raised you. I'm taking care of you. Taking care of your siblings, the mom.
Yeah.
So I would hope that my daughter values my advice. If I tell her, hey, look, I saw this and this and this.
Mhm.
This is a red flag. This is concerning. I believe that if I raise my daughter right way, she would respect my advice. You know what, Dad? Thank you for giving me that. And then she will listen to me.
Mhm.
Not because I'm forcing her, because she
Yeah.
values who I am and what I've done to prove to her that I'm the type of man that she would want to date.
I agree with that. An example, with my parents, like my brother and my father, they're kind of non-confrontational.
Yeah.
They're kind of like, well, you're smart. Do you like the man? Be with him. If not, then it's up to you. Like, they don't really give a fuck. Like, you know what I mean? Like, my brother, he's kind of like, la 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 sometimes. So it doesn't really matter.
I don't
like
think
if
Russell
he doesn't
at all.
care. He's not very protective. He's just like, well, punch him or leave him alone, or like he's like, he doesn't even like protect himself. You know what I'm saying? So how the fuck you gonna protect me? How you gonna tell my man, oh, what you doing with her? What you want? You don't even do that for yourself.
Yeah.
That's what he was saying. Only if you have that figure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Didn't. So with me, I was smart. So I know what I want, how I want it. So I didn't really give a damn how my brother, my mama, anyone felt. If I knew that he was the right one for me, I would let my mom and my brother and everyone meet him.
Yeah.
And that was my choice to keep him or diss him.
Because you're the person with them at the end.
I am. Like with my dad, he's sort of is an example. My dad passed on, Jesus, whatever. But more to the story, my dad, he dipped out after a while.
Yeah.
He was still in our lives, but you're with the next woman. Because my mom set certain standards and you didn't want to meet them anymore. Oh, this is just too much. I'm leaving now.
Yeah.
Well, what's so hard about keeping a steady income, buying us a home, and raising our kids together? We have 3 kids. What's so hard about that? It was too much for him. So he ran off. He came by, got us, school clothes, came, picked us up. We spent the night with him and another woman. So no, you're not going to be an example for me in my relationship.
Yeah.
Maybe you and my mom, but I'm not going to look at, oh, he's like my dad. The only person I would look at like he's like my father is his manliness. My dad, he fixed everything. He worked on cars. He's very strong. He's a very strong-headed man.
Yeah.
But he's
once again, like
Yeah.
my brother, well, whatever you want to do, if you like him, like he didn't
Yeah.
really give a fuck, like, you know. So
I think also like for me, like family is really important for me. Like
Yeah.
I want my family to get along with my partner, and like
Yeah.
I really do. But I also would really hope that I think that a lot of times, like when we meet someone, like the first impression, like people can grow on you too. So I would really hope that if my dad or my sister or my mom were to grill my person the time that they meet
Yeah.
them and they didn't get the exact answers that they wanted, that they would
People
give
be
them
having
a
anxiety
chance.
and stuff.
And I would
like,
hope that they would
word,
trust
like,
me enough to know that the person that they, I don't even want to say like raise, but the person that I am would choose someone that they would love. You know, like I hope that they would trust me enough to know that. And like if it isn't a fit,
Yeah.
like I hope they would come to me and have that honest and respectful conversation, and I would take it into consideration. But like not everyone would, and that's fine.
Can I ask you guys a question if you don't mind? So say you date a guy and you finally realize that, okay, I have feelings for this person and I want something long-term with this guy. And you want him to meet your family, especially your dad, right? Especially if you had that type of dad I just explained. And family is important, right? So you would want to introduce him to the family. Don't if the guy says no, I don't want you to meet your family, do you think that's a red flag? Or
Yeah,
that's a huge
for
red
me.
flag.
That's
why is it a red flag?
Because why you don't want to meet my family?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
what are you
But,
hiding?
like,
What's wrong with you?
If
Right.
you want to be
Like-
like a part of my life, like my family's a part of my life.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
But I think like your family is like they help you vibe check. You know, it's not like
Yeah.
their say is not like the final say. You know, like
Right,
who's
but it is,
living
like-
with my man? You know, like who's standing at the altar? Like, is it my dad? No.
No,
Is
exactly.
it my brother? No. Like, and it doesn't even have to be your dad. Like, it's your father figure. It could be like a male mentor. It doesn't have to be like a man either. though.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like people that you respect, like if they respect your relationship and they
Yeah.
like your person, it also like first impressions matter, but they're not the end of the world.
yeah.
Like people have anxiety, like
Yeah.
you said, like people have anxiety. Like it depends on your age, like where you're at in life. Like some people at different ages have different like life experiences. So I feel like if you're mindful and like you're respectful, like that's all that you can really hope for in a relationship. Like
yeah.
yeah.
And I think someone being around your family, like even if it's not the conversation of like, oh, what are your intentions with my daughter, just them like coming to your family gathering and you seeing them
Yeah.
interact with your
And how
family
they
and how
move
it
around
goes,
them,
Yeah.
that
That's it.
can also
Yeah.
help you see like if this person
100%.
is
It's a way to
covered.
vet him.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
It's a way to vet him.
I
All
think personally, so my dad was born in Africa, so he was kind of raised for like the courting part.
Yeah.
And him and my mom aren't together anymore, but even though it was kind of like, love my mom, but like it was kind of more of like her doing of like why they're not together. And I really respect my dad and like how he raised me and my brother. And so I wouldn't say like every guy I date, but like if I think it is serious, like with my boyfriend, we went on a couple dates and I was like, oh, I think this is kind of serious. Like,
Yeah.
I'm going to introduce him to my dad.
Yeah.
And like, I really value like his opinion. And like with my ex, when he met my dad and then like my dad and I talked about it after, he was like, yeah, I don't like him. And I was like, okay, great. But like with my boyfriend now, he had a great, like, he was like, oh, I like him. Like, he seems like he's got a good head on his shoulders. So I personally think like the culture in America is just like way different than like internationally.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And I think people date the way they do now because there are so many options. Like you can have an abortion. Like there's so much birth control, but like in other places there's not. So it's kind of taken more seriously. But yeah, I value my dad's opinion.
Do you know the difference between American culture with dating compared to other cultures, especially like African?
Africa, yeah.
The difference between American culture is not centered on family. That's the difference. When you go to other traditional countries, they're more centered on family. With culture today is we're just dating for fun. Back in the day, we used to date for the purpose of having children and family and long-term commitment. But now people are just dating just to date. But my problem with that is you're dating just to date, but you still want that long-term commitment. So for me is that's why I said in the beginning of the podcast, like my words of endearment, intentionality. Live with the life with intention, right? Because time is the best resource you have in this world. You don't want to waste your time with people or doing things that doesn't going to benefit you long term. So how many times have we seen people who are dating today find themselves in situationships, find themselves in casual relationships, find people just wasting their time and just using them as a placeholder for now so they can get what they want out of them but they don't want you right now. They just want somebody else. So we find a lot of people in these situations because nothing's clear. Nothing is moving with intention. And I think its intention is important, especially with the family piece, because the reason why you bring your family, especially, I'm not talking about the toxic aunties and uncles and brothers. No, I'm talking about the good, strong family members.
Yeah.
The reason why you bring them to your family, number one, is they can be objective because you're going to be in motion, because when you meet somebody, you're very in love. You're in that honeymoon phase. All right. All right. La la land, right? Especially if you're young. Like you guys all been there. You know, when you meet somebody, you knew there was red flags there, but you just in la la land.
Ignored it.
All right, ignored it. But that family can give you that objective perspective. Hey, look, I know this is your boyfriend. I know you love him, but damn, you see his pants hanging on the side, or he has no job, or he's got tattoos on his face. So. Right. So these are things that's not obvious to you because you're still in your feelings, but your family can bring that perspective for you to consider so you can come back to reality, right? Because our emotions can blind us. And also the second thing is meeting your family shows a level of commitment for long-term future. Because if a guy just wants to waste your time, if a guy just wants to use you for sex, he doesn't want to meet your family. He doesn't care. But if a guy really is invested into you and he wants that and he sees you long term, I'm not saying it's a guarantee, but I'm saying it is a good sign that shows you that he's committed to you.
Yeah,
if he's willing to meet your family.
My family and he said he doesn't, I would cry.
Yeah, I think also, let me just say that I don't think that every time that someone meets parents, you're also not always telling your family the whole story. So your boyfriend could appear incredibly great to your parents, but he's cheating behind closed doors, and you're not telling your family that either. And you might know that, but you're not going to tell your family that. And so I think that like just because he goes to meet your parents doesn't always mean that he's serious about you. I think that it's a great step in the right direction, and I think that it could be great. But I mean, like my sister's ex-boyfriend met my whole family and he cheated on her. So that didn't mean that he was like 100% serious about her, but he had like a great vibe with him. That's
what I'm saying is, what I'm saying is, it's not a guarantee, right?
Yeah.
It's not a guarantee, but I'm saying it's something that's useful.
It's a good
It's a good tool to use because oftentimes we are very emotionally involved with somebody.
I'm not disagreeing with that. I'm just adding on to the point that like there are other aspects to it as well. You know, and you're not always telling your family the full truth when they're meeting.
But that's why it goes back to the intention, right? So if you're very intentional, you have to be honest and be truthful if you're gonna bring somebody to your family. So if you're not being honest, not being truthful, then you probably shouldn't be with them.
Yeah,
probably shouldn't be.
I'll be honest, like about my relationship and talking to my parents. I'll be honest, like he's.
No, she really is.
She like I lay it all out.
She be giving too much details.
Oh, let me
I tell my mom about our sex life and everything. My mom and me is best.
Real quick. I'll just give some super chats real quick. A shout out to you. Thank you so much.
Wait, can I add something really quick?
Yeah.
Sorry, I don't.
Some of you should have nothing to do with.
Some of you should have. Phil, thank you so much for the super chat. Some of you should have zero to do with pick your man. Okay. We're picking your man. Okay.
Personally, I will be the one picking my man. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. It's my life. It's my relationship.
This poop advice exactly why most are single moms. Okay.
Most women aren't single moms though. If you look at the statistics.
Yeah,
okay.
It's the fake statistics for me.
Can I add something about the?
Oh yeah. Thank you so much for the super chats. Like I said, if you have a specific topic question you want to respond to, drop a super chat. But thank you, Rock. Go ahead.
I've just been holding on to this one, so I just want to get it out. Oh, frick.
What?
I've literally been thinking about this the whole time. Anyways, now I just lost my train of thought.
No.
If you come back, let me know.
No, because I'm.
I have something. Just something happens to my family, so I'm wondering if it happens to yours. All right, so in my family, and my family is very brutal. But my family is, if you bring somebody that's ugly, my family will roast the shit out of you.
Oh,
really?
Does that happen to you? Does that happen to you? Does that happen to you in your family?
In front of them?
Yeah, in front of them. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that's in front of them.
No, that didn't happen.
Does that happen to you guys in your family?
I mean,
No?
No.
Dude,
No?
if you're ugly, yeah.
But I've
I
also
would say
not
after
behind
they
closed
got
doors.
married. Yeah,
I think
after
they'll,
they
like,
get comfortable.
I think they'll like side eye. Like,
I don't know. My boyfriend was cute.
They're not dating that person.
Exactly.
They don't really get a say together.
I don't know. It must be an islander thing, but in my culture is
Honestly, I hate that though. Like,
That
I
is
think
so
that's
funny.
so rude when you literally like start hearing from someone like they're so ugly, like that.
But I
What
think
do
that's
you
what
do
they
about
say,
it?
like,
It's just
Like,
rude.
what
Yeah,
does that
like
have to do with
literally,
the way they
it's
treat me
so
and the way they make me
unnecessary.
feel?
It's
They're,
so
like,
rude.
around
It's
with
just
her.
weird.
no, they'll just laugh. My sisters are honest.
Oh my god.
I remember my thought. I need to say my thought. I remember. Please let me say my thought.
Real quick. Rocky will want to say something. Go ahead.
Okay. Oh, what? I can go. Okay. I was gonna say, like, I have one of those dads that, like, I respect his opinion. He is like my hero. Like, I would literally put him in a picture frame on the wall. Like, I love my dad.
Okay.
And like, for example, my ex-boyfriend, great guy. Like, we ended on mutual terms. Like, whatever. We're not friends anymore, but like, you know, whatever. And my dad picked up that vibe immediately. He's like, this guy has intentions. He has like goals, aspirations, all those things, right? But the reason I wouldn't take all of my dad's opinions and like fully just go blindly into those is because they don't, like, your parents don't always take into account like the attachment style that you have with somebody. Like, yeah, my ex, he was a great guy, great person, great heart, great morals, great values. But like, at the end of the day, even though he was, that doesn't mean that he was right for me. And sometimes, like, me being the only girl with all brothers, it's like, I don't know how to explain it. Like, my dad still sees me as his little girl. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So he
yeah,
doesn't
okay.
know me as I am now, like how I am in a relationship, how I am emotionally, all those things. And so like he knew that he was a good guy, but he didn't know like how we were
Good for you,
together.
right.
Good for me. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
like on paper, he was good for me, but emotionally, like in our attachment styles, he was not good for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, just because someone's a good person
Doesn't mean they're
Yeah,
right
they're
for
right.
you.
Yeah. I think that's
But I do respect my dad's opinion a lot,
Right.
and he
Yeah,
wasn't wrong.
like I mentioned before, it's not a final say, but you just
Yeah.
at least you hear that perspective
Yes.
Yeah, like
from
who
him,
values
Yes.
right? So you can consider.
Yeah. If my
a
dad
different
says
opinion.
no, you're gone. Sorry. No.
I think it like depends, like back to what you said earlier,
Go
like
ahead.
it depends on your age. Also, like I'm the oldest of 7. I have 2 dads, so like I respect both of them, and it's like a lot of pressure on me to like get married and like do everything right like all the time. And so like there's also this aspect of like you might not have the same values as your parents, and like that's okay as long as like you don't have to consider like how your family's gonna be with that person. Like if they're all chill together, then I feel like that's fine.
Yeah.
But like
Wait, so you said you don't have to consider how they are with your family?
no, you do.
Oh,
I think
okay.
you should, right?
should
Like
say
they're still gonna vibe check them, but like it's like you're going home with them, right?
Yeah,
So like
definitely.
Yeah, like they shouldn't have
Yeah.
the final say.
Yeah,
The
but also,
relationship,
like-
it matters.
yeah, I was just
All
gonna
right.
say.
No, that's good.
Sorry.
Are you good? Thank you so much, Ann.
Yeah, I was gonna-
But let me just transition to a topic. I do want to bring this topic. It was mentioned in the video, and I think it's an important topic to have to discuss. But he did say on the video that we should marry before you carry, like marry before you have
For
children,
having kids.
before having kids. Do you guys agree with that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if you guys agree, if you guys agree with that, that means you guys are against hookup culture.
Yes.
Well,
I don't think that you have to be
I
married
think
and
that
have
I mean, you can't have both ways.
I think that you should, if you guys plan on getting married and having kids, I think you should not have kids until, marriage, kids, whatever. But when it comes to sex, I don't think you have to wait till you're married to have sex.
Yeah.
No.
I also
But at
Wait,
least to have a
that's hookup
baby.
culture.
I guess I have
Go ahead.
the devil's advocate
Go ahead.
opinion, but I mean, like I have friends that have kids with someone they're not married to, but that they see as their forever person. And that's okay. Like I think that it's I don't think that marriage is necessarily the defining.
Commitment is more of the word.
Are you do you want to be with this person forever and raise a child with them? That's
Yeah.
like the goal. It doesn't have to be like a marriage certificate on
Yeah.
there.
Commitment.
But like, yeah,
Commitment.
marriage could mean
Just commitment, long-term commitment.
commitment. Yeah.
Let me just read this super chat because I missed this with Phil. Sorry about that, Phil. I didn't see it on my screen. But Phil with the super chat, thank you so much. None of you ladies should ever complain about anything again. Having sex before marriage, come on, you all are better than that. This is so sad. Okay.
I know I'm
married.
better.
So sad.
I'm not marrying
But I'm
anyone
still
that I
good.
don't know what it's like to have sex with them. I'm
Yeah,
not doing that.
sorry.
Definitely.
I'm not. I'm
Yeah,
not
I
gonna
was
say I'm gonna be with you forever.
horrible, like-
and have never had sex.
Yeah.
Gotta get divorced.
Yeah.
Let me see the dick.
No.
Mm.
Oh, all right, okay. So,
There's no
all right,
reason to do that. Yeah.
so okay. So, who here is against hookup culture?
Me.
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, I'd say now-ish. I don't know. I've participated in hookup culture, but
Yeah.
like I think
people should
it's
do what
do what
they
you
want.
want. Yeah.
Oh, wait, okay, okay.
Do what you
I'm
want is
not,
what I. Yeah.
like a hookup culture person, but like if other people are,
Here,
I don't
okay,
think like, oh, shame on you. Like,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Here's
Yeah.
a here's
You
a
do what you want to do.
here's a more deeper question. Okay, so
Can I
Do
say
you-
something
oh,
about that?
go ahead,
question?
go ahead.
So like I did a whole research paper on like hookup culture for like 3 months.
Okay,
And like it's all about the stigma that comes with the double standard that like men can fuck whoever the fuck they want, but like women can't. Like
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
feel like
I disagree with that. Yeah,
like like it's just a double standard. Like who is having sex? Like is it not the man and the woman? Like
Yeah.
and be having like
Takes
20
two to
bodies
tango.
and then want to find a
Exactly.
virgin. Like,
but that's just what I
It's
wanted
not
to say
realistic.
about
And in the same sense as like
Like you just
a baby's made from your sperm too. So
Just,
yeah.
just do what you want with intention. If you're trying to fuck, just let people know you're trying to
Exactly.
fuck.
That's what I'm
that's
saying.
it.
Like
Yeah.
hookup culture.
Yeah.
Hookup
that'd be
culture
weird
sucks
when
when
you
you're
try
going
to
into
trick
it comes back to
somebody.
dating with intention with
Yeah.
like
Like,
if
I
you're
like you
intending to be in a
too. The whole time you're
relationship
just trying to get
but someone
there.
else is intending to just hook up and they don't like
It's
convey
just a
that,
disaster.
then that sucks.
Yeah.
But like if you're both just trying to hook up, I don't think that there's anything wrong with that and you can do what you want.
well, the thing is that the problem with like dating with intention is people have to be honest and upfront, right? But
Yeah.
the thing is,
And people aren't.
if you support hookup culture, which people just want to use each other for sex, then the consequence is you're going to attract people who are going to lie, cheat, and manipulate you to get what they want. That's part of hookup culture because there's no values
I
required.
think I'm
You don't need to be a good person.
Because I thought it just meant like
Like you go on
casual.
Yeah.
I didn't know it like had to be like lying and cheating and being
Yeah.
manipulative.
Well,
Well, I mean, if
I
people
thought
are
hookup culture
hooking
is
up,
just hook up.
Because the problem with
Me.
because dating with intention, you're thinking long term, right? So you're more interested in the values and his character because this is somebody you're gonna spend the rest of your life with. Hookup culture is temporary. You're not obligated with this person. You don't think about this person long term. You don't need feelings for this person. So you just see them as an object. I just want to smash and goes. So if I have to lie, if I have to cheat, if I have to say whatever I have to say to get sex, that's the mentality of hookup culture. But that's if that's what you support, then you're supporting all the people who's going to waste your time and is going to use and manipulate you. That's the problem.
I think if I have to like lie and do all that stuff, then I'm just over it. Like
Yeah.
I think
I don't
we should-
understand what lying would need to be
Yeah.
involved with
You
two
don't
people
need
who want to
to.
have sex.
I think
what
we
would they
both
have
have
to
to
lie?
understand.
You're dealing
You guys
with
are both trying to have sex. Like just have sex.
And that's okay.
Hooking up with
Where's the
other
lying and
people,
manipulating
possibly.
coming
You've never heard of men lie just to get the sex?
I mean, yeah,
Yeah.
but yeah.
Exactly.
The only reason they would need to lie is if the woman wanted what you were saying, like a committed relationship. And they're like, I want a committed relationship, but they really want to have sex. But to me, that's not hookup culture. To me, hookup culture is two people trying to hook up. Like, so if
Yes.
they're both just trying to have sex. Who needs to lie about
Because
what?
but they're not always honest. That's the thing.
Yeah.
They're not always honest. So that's
I think there's just like
yeah.
like the term hookup culture is getting a little like
Stigmatized.
messy here. because
Yeah,
I
because
think
I was
that it's
confused
like
on what it meant.
is
I thought
it
just
the
culture is
practice
hooking
or,
up.
like
I thought it just
Yeah.
meant like you're not. Yeah, like you're not committed to each other.
and that's fine if that's what two people
Yeah.
want. But like
But the
But-
problem
If
is,
you guys are both clear.
But let me ask it. I wanted to ask this question before, but do you believe as all of us who live in America, all of us who live in society, do you think that we have a social obligation and duty to want what's going to be best for society in general? Do you guys? So do you guys believe as people, as men and women, we all live in America, we all live in the society. Do you think we have an obligation for the society to make sure that we encourage behaviors that's going to produce a better quality in society?
Yes.
but I think that that's like people have different views on like what's best
Yeah,
for
I
society.
know about that.
Like your view of what's best for society might be different than mine, different than hers.
Well,
so like
well,
what is the general
that's
best
why
for
we have a
society?
conversation, right? That's why the great.
So like
but
marriage
here's-
and children
but-
might be
but
what's
here's-
best for society
let
for
me-
you, but not for me.
But let me just give you my example real quick, and I promise I'll pass it back to you guys. So the reason why, let me ask real quick, everybody on this panel, do you want children to be raised by single parents?
No.
Okay. Do you want children to be raised by two parents that love and appreciate them? Yes.
Yes.
Okay. All right. And love each other, right? All right. Exactly. Do you want people? Do we want to produce men and women who who only want to have sex, but they don't want the responsibility of being a parent.
Wait, say it again. Wait, say it again, please.
Do you want to encourage people in society, for both men and women, that only want to have sex, but they don't want the responsibility of being a parent if the child happens to come along?
No.
Do you want those types of people to exist?
No, you should be educated on the fact that you could have kids. But like, if you're,
But if that's not what someone wants,
it's really
I'm
easy
not
to
gonna-
prevent
yeah.
kids if you don't want.
No, so I'm saying is, well, so you guys,
You should educate them on what they should do if something like that happens too.
yeah,
But,
so
like, it's their like
It's
I'm
their
not about to be
decision.
all in everybody's business like that.
Yeah.
Like, if y'all don't, if you like, I'm not gonna like. I'm sorry. Like
Yeah.
to a certain extent, I agree with you, but at the end of the day, like everyone's individuals. Like I get that we're all living in a society together, but like the thing about abortion, I understand like why are we as a society voting on whether abortion is legal or not?
Yeah, that's
when that has nothing to do. Like someone else getting an abortion has nothing to do with me. And like, why should my beliefs? We should all vote on like. That
yeah,
doesn't-
I don't want to get to that topic. but go ahead.
Procreation obviously is like a part of life, but I don't think everyone's goal in life is to marry, have kids, raise kids. Like I don't think that I don't think everyone should. Like some people
No.
don't want kids for a reason and don't want marriage for a reason, and like that's okay.
No, I'm not saying that people have to get married, but I'm saying is there are behaviors that we all know in this panel that's good not only for the person, but for children, but for society in general. So we all know that two-parent households being in a committed, healthy, long-term relationship and raising children to show that example and producing those children, we all know that's a benefit not only for the kids, it's a benefit for the two parents having that relationship, but it's also benefit for society in general, right? Not only in the relationship, but also statistically as well. So the thing is, for me, is if we know that's good for society in general, but the thing is, that's the very thing that that hookup culture is anti that. Because hookup culture encourages people not to be good parents, encourages people to have sex without thinking about the responsibility and duties of being a parent, encourages people to grow up in single parent households because you're meeting people and just having sex and not thinking about the consequences and ramifications of your decision. That comes with hookup culture. So the thing is, do we want to live in a society where we're just having useless sex, we're just having people having sex with and partnering with people that don't want the responsibility, have an increase of children out of wedlock, increase in single mom parent households?
I think
is that the society that we want?
It's all about education because I don't think that hookup culture necessarily needs to cause like single parents and all of this stuff because there are condoms, there's birth control, there's vasectomies, there's tracking your cycle. So it's like I don't believe that hookup culture and all of those negative things you mentioned have to be synonymous. Like I don't think that they have to go together. So I think like what we need, other than instead of encouraging everyone like stop hooking up, it's like education. It's essentially that's what it is. It's about when you have sex, you know that there's a possibility that you're gonna have children. You should know how you feel about this, what you're gonna do if that 100%. Happens. Like you should have a plan. Like you should be smart. But I don't think that means that you should only have sex with someone that you plan on marrying or having kids with.
No, the reason why it is synonymous, real quick, is because if you look at the statistics, right, 50 years ago when people were still getting married, the single parent household percentage was extremely low.
Wait,
fast forward.
What do you mean 50 years ago?
Yeah,
when
like
people were
every-
still getting
Like-
get married now.
Yeah.
No, I'm saying 50 years ago when people were still dating and staying in marriage. Like hookup culture, what didn't exist 50 to 80
People
years
are
ago.
getting married and staying in marriages now too, and hookup culture exists at the same time.
But I think what
No.
you're misunderstanding though is that like yes, you're right. Because, like now that there's more hookup culture, you're saying those problems are happening more.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying, what's missing is the education and people being responsible.
Yeah,
I agree.
So
I agree.
So that's to me, that's the solution. Not like stop hooking up. It's be responsible and be educated, make responsible
I
decisions.
honestly feel like there's a lot of education out there though. Like a majority of us have gotten sex ed in school, probably freshman year. There's just a lot of information out there in general. I know that I think they offer like Plan Bs and condoms and stuff like that, even on like college campuses. And I really do think that hookup culture it kind of encourages people to be careless because we do have all this information out there, but people know that they have, I guess, like all these options. So honestly, a lot of people do just see it as like whatever, and they don't take it as serious as it honestly should be.
I think it's like a sense of like nihilism, right? Like you have to have hope for the future in order to like want a better future for your kids or for the future generations, right? So like I feel like it's not just like hookup culture. It's like what you encourage and what like just don't be reckless, be responsible.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, be mindful of other people, be considerate.
Totally.
Like be self-aware. Like
There's, like,
you can only
values behind
pour-
it,
You can
yeah.
only pour from your cup if you have anything in it.
Yeah.
So like I feel like yeah, you have access to all this information. You have everything at the tip of your fingertips, right? But like what do you do all day? Like people like sit on like social media all day or something. Like you know, it depends on whether or not it's your job. But like it's like you can easily be distracted by anything out there, right? Like watch Wall-E. Like any Disney movie like has like moral values implications to that. Like stay kind, stay humble, and stay mindful of yourself and others. Like I feel like you can, if you stay disciplined, like you're not gonna be reckless. You're not gonna have unprotected sex, or like if you do, like you know that this person is like you're ready to take that kind of risk with them. But like I don't think that it's like necessarily like these people, like people who are reckless, like they're not being good people. Like,
Yeah,
I don't think it's
think,
necessarily a hookup.
Having unprotected sex with like a random person that you met at a club to me is like.
But that's hookup culture. That's hookup culture. That's part of hookup culture.
Wait, like
Yes, it is. Yes, that is hookup culture.
That definition of that's what I'm saying. Like that, you don't have to do that to.
But that's hookup culture. If you meet somebody at the club, you want to have sex in the first night. That is hookup culture.
That's like I didn't say they can't have sex on the first night. I said unprotected. So like if you have a condom, that's completely different than having unprotected sex with a stranger.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But that's still hookup culture. If you whether it's
condoms,
protected or
one of them is
unprotected.
being- Yeah, condoms can still fail, but
But-
you're reducing it by 98.9.
Yeah, but give me 1 second. Give me 1 second, real quick. Let me just read the super chats real quick, and I'll come back to you guys. Shout out to you guys. Thank you so much.
Oh my god.
You guys are coming hard with the super chats. I do appreciate you guys. We're having a great conversation. Shout out to the ladies. We're having a great conversation right now. But Mute Jack Fencell said, "Don't mind me, just cyber stalking the Asian chick." Oh, that's you.
I haven't posted in a while, so I got short hair now.
Okay. All right. Mute Jack Fencell said, and then she spoke. Damn, her talking point from 06. Okay.
What does that mean?
I have no idea. Elaborate, please, on a different chat. Women and men aren't equal, the same, or alike. Stop. Okay.
Okay.
Phil said 3 lady from Will is the only one that has hope. I talked about Eve. All right. So, Mute Jack Fencell said hookup culture is for a majority of women and a few men. All right, no
That was
worries.
just lies.
Okay.
That was just lies.
That's funny.
Damn, Mute Jack got money though.
I love that
He got the time.
Mute Jack said,
Mute Jack, you attract gold diggers or what?
how many? He probably does. How many women have STIs? I bow out. Y'all got this. Okay. Thank you so much, Johnny D.
I don't.
Uh,
I ain't worried about other women. I don't.
I mean, you guys are like paying money for this like, Saturday night, so.
Johnny
Johnny D has something else.
Johnny D said, "Will things are not going back to the way they are. They were women who want to sleep around with men. It's their choice, and our choice is to grab our passports."
Oh my god.
Yeah,
a man actually saying that it's our choice. I love that.
I like that.
No, like I honestly think
I love
like
it.
if you're having trouble in the US, you should definitely do that thing like with the passport bros. Go to Brazil. Go find you someone. There's people who really want their citizenship, and you're the key to that. So if that's what you want to do,
Yeah.
it's granted. Yeah.
Go
All right.
ahead.
So, women who've been through college don't value sex. Yo.
I disagree. I'm in college and I value sex.
Okay.
I graduated 4 years ago. I value sex,
Okay.
but like I also do what I want.
Mute Jack
My
Fencell.
body.
Women know the guys they sleep with aren't good mates. Okay, no
That
worries.
was true for a couple. Not gonna lie.
All right.
There's different phases, you know, like
Do you want
Mute
to have a baby with every girl that you hook up with?
He probably has a
Mute Jack
a girl that
Yeah.
said modern women never mature past adolescence. Bets. Okay. All right. Mute Jack said having sex with people just because of vibes is hookup culture. All right.
Some people find their forever person off of a hookup.
It's not a lot. And then
Sure, but some people do.
Mute Jack
No,
Fencell
but what I mean
said
is, like,
she used the outdated quote, "How come men can do it but women can't?" She really needs to get out more. Women do sleep around; they complain about it. Okay. All right. So
I need y'all to make a little more sense when y'all typing. Like,
I love this guy.
No.
Yeah, you should say some more.
no, the
take your time, spell everything.
yeah, we
right.
can
Like,
just to
please.
now just to conclude with the married before we carry the conversation. I'm saying is the reason why I'm still adamant about, and I do believe in dating with intention, because I just don't see that I don't see hookup culture is a solution for a lot of the consequences it produces. So when you have sex with somebody that you don't really know like that, there's a lot of risks, right? Risk number one is you might get an STD. You don't know that person like that. Number two, you might be with somebody that don't want to be with you long term. So the consequence, if you have a child and they're not ready for that responsibility duty, you might end up being a single parent. You might bring more children into this world out of wedlock, and they're going to experience a harder life because they don't see a 2-parent household. So these are a lot of the consequences. And for me I think as a society, if we do care about these things and we don't want these things to happen over time, because we all have, I'm sure everybody on this panel has friends, family, or cousins that are victims of hookup culture. And we see how hard their struggle is or what they had to go through. So why would we encourage and believe in behaviors that keep leading to those situations? I think we should learn from it, educate it. You mentioned education, but we should go opposite of that. And I think dating with intention and purpose, I think that's still, I think that's the solution, where if you're going to involve yourself physically with somebody, especially for women, because you guys can get pregnant, why don't you just make sure you vet them in to be a high quality man? He's ready for the responsibility to be a dad.
But that in your personal life. You can't do that for everybody else. You can only do that in your personal life. So that's what I'm saying. I'm not about to get all in somebody's business and be like, don't be at the club like, oh, don't
have sex.
Like, I'm not about to do that. Like, if I want to, I'll date with intention, and you know what I'm saying? That's what I choose for my life. And I understand what you're saying, that those things affect society on a greater level, but it's like,
I have a good question.
Yeah, like
I have a good question for you guys. All right. So if all you women are on this panel, right? So you said that, you know what, I'm just gonna let people do what they do. Okay, that's fine. That's your stance. If a young girl comes to you, right, and she says, you know what, I just want to have unprotected sex. I met this guy from last night at the club. I want to have sex with this guy. And with your life experience of knowing, because you're older than this girl, if this girl came to your life, would you tell that young girl, just live your life and do what you do?
not. If she asks me for advice, then I'll give her advice. But like,
if they're seeking it, I will give it. But I'm not going to give unsolicited advice.
Exactly.
If they're seeking it, then like you can, but you can also use that opportunity to be like, look, if you want to have sex with him, like, and that's what you want to do, then go for it. But be safe.
Yeah.
Because there are consequences to unprotected sex, and I think that's fair to say. And if they want to do that, still that's
education.
their life.
So you wouldn't deter her from doing it?
No, because if she wants to do that, that's her choice.
Interesting. So she just met the guy yesterday. She wants to have sex with him today.
Okay, but like, do I know?
Are you gonna shame any of us for like if we've had sex with someone the first night that they met them? Are we like completely derailing society?
No, I believe it's very irresponsible behavior. Irresponsible.
I would definitely.
Real quick. So let me get me straight. So if a young girl comes to you, she met the guy yesterday at the club, not at a good social wedding or something, at the club, right? Yeah. She wants to have sex with them today. The girl comes up to you. You wouldn't tell her, no, you should avoid doing that. You guys will not deter her from doing that.
If she asked me, but
you just said. Does she want a serious relationship?
No. She just says, I want to have sex with him. It's hookup.
Sure, do what you want.
Knowing the consequences that comes with it because you are older than her.
Well, but she can, if she doesn't want to have a baby, then she can get an abortion. She can use a condom. She can, there are options.
So you just gonna let her go and go.
Does she want to be in a relationship?
No, like I said, she just wants to have sex.
She wants to have sex. But I'm gonna tell someone to do what they want. It's not my life. How does that affect
you? Just let her go.
If she's asking for your advice, like she wants.
So you wouldn't deter her. Like, look, I wouldn't. Look, having sex with a guy on the first day or the second day is not a good idea. You should not do. That's what I would tell her.
Okay, but here's the thing. I know people that have gone into serious relationships after having sex with their partner on the first date.
I know, but that's the extreme. That's the extreme. That's not the average
I don't know.
minority.
I think we all have like different views, and I think that like for me,
that's fine. That's fine. But I'm saying is, who here on the panel would tell that girl to walk away?
Me.
CC.
If she wants a relationship.
Well, the way I give
no, she just wants to have sex.
The way I give it advice, like I'm not gonna say no, walk away, but I'm gonna definitely tell her like I don't agree with that, and I'm gonna educate her on the risk of like what can happen.
Don't be reckless.
Like I'm gonna tell her, but at the end of the day, it's her life. So like
that's what
when I give people advice, I don't be like no, don't do that, but I'll say like the reason I disagree with it is because this, and that.
Like, can we be honest on here? We all know that if girls or men who are having sex on the first day, we know 99% of the time it's not going to be a benefit to that. It's not going to happen long term.
Yeah.
I will deter.
So we know this because we're all older. We've seen things. We have life experience. So why don't we encourage people to take a different route? Because we know the consequences. We know if you sleep on the first night, it's not a good idea.
Yeah.
Like, why are we trying to allow
Honestly,
people to do that?
I believe this is very pointless as well. Like, yeah, like you said, like there's gonna be no benefit from it, and if anything, the only benefit is really gonna be that you're not off for that night, but then it might lead to something bad. Like, especially if she's just willing to kind of like, I don't want to speak on everybody, but I feel like in this random just situation that we're making up, I feel like, if she doesn't really know this man and she's just straight doing that, she's probably not really going to use a condom, maybe, because it might just kind of be like, okay, come on, we're hella heated in the moment, like, just get into it, and then
I think you can educate
All you
her,
can
but
do is educate.
yeah, you can't force
control their
someone not
decisions.
to.
You can't. And a lot of people, they'll have to learn lessons the hard way, and that's how people learn lessons sometimes. Like, sometimes going through something, you learn it better than someone telling you. Like, so that's what it is. Like, I'll tell her, like, you know what I mean? One, I'll be like, hey, what if he's a serial killer? Two, what if he has like HIV or something?
Exactly.
Three, like, what if you get pregnant? I'll say those things, but I'm not. That's all I'm gonna say.
But you wouldn't say, do not do this.
I'm gonna say I disagree with it, and I don't think you should do it.
You wouldn't.
I'm not in charge. If she's my daughter, I'm not in charge of her. Like, if she want to go ahead and do it after I just told her he could be a serial killer, she could, like,
Then she's stupid.
That's what I'm saying.
I know what I'm saying is.
No.
Yeah, I'm
No, I'm saying is be strong because like
should be illegal, right? Like, or something like that. Like, I don't know if that's what you're trying to get at.
I know Rocky wanted to say something.
I will be deterring my I have a niece, okay? If she came to me and she was talking about having sex with this random, I will sit with her until she is not even interested in that man anymore. I don't care.
Yeah.
I lost my virginity young and I regret it, okay? I will be sitting with her until she walks away from that man. I don't care.
Yeah.
I think that there's a difference between like educating them. Like, I think like you made a really good point, and like you need to kind of show the things that like could happen, but I don't think I'm gonna force someone to not do it. I'm not gonna at the end of the day say that like you doing that like is going to be the end all be all, because I also don't think we should create shame around it.
But
it's not about shame. It's like we know behaviors that's irresponsible. That's very consequential. That's not gonna be good for not only for the people in society.
If you told her all of that, right? If all the things I just said, he could be a serial killer, and she said, "Well, I'm gonna do it anyway." You're saying you're gonna like, what are you gonna do? Like,
no, so I'm saying it. No, if she,
hell yeah, I'm tying her to pull. What?
No, what I'm saying is,
but it doesn't matter. Women should be like supporting other women. Like, I don't care if it's my niece.
My thing is,
if
if
you little girl down here,
them, you're also like allowing them to make their mistakes.
Yeah, but if they don't have to make the mistake, then why make the mistake? Like, I will sit there. I will sit there. Listen, I will sit there. I will sit there, educate them.
Let's go one by one. Rocky, go ahead.
I will sit there and I will tell my story. I will educate her. I will do all the things I need to do. I'll educate her. I'll sit there. I'll talk to her until she comes to the conclusion that is not what she needs. Because like I said, I'm not leaving. I'm not leaving.
But
you can't hold someone there and like make them
like
not.
You can't really like kidnap somebody and like force them to like believe everything that you believe, right? So like,
well, I'll sit there as long as I need to.
I think
don't care.
It's different if it's your niece, if it's your family, if it's someone that comes to you all the time and respects your opinion and asks for your opinion like that, right? But like, if it's like some random girl, she's like, "Oh, I'm about to hit that." That's your body. Like, there's a reason why it's pro-choice. It's not pro-abortion necessarily. Like, we just want to have a choice. Like, have the option of yes or no. Like, it's not like, oh, like, my dad says that I can get married to this guy. Like, I have 3 moms and 2 dads. Like, I was raised by my mom who graduated last year. So, like, I feel like you can't judge people on, like, where they come from. Like, it takes a whole ass village to raise a child, right? But like, what if that child is different? What are you gonna do with that?
Now, like we're just saying is, if let me ask it on a different way, but I want to ask you, would it make a difference for you guys if it was a guy? So if say a guy came in, what if it's a brother, what if it's a friend of yours? He's a male, right?
No,
he comes.
I would make a difference.
I would educate them the same way.
No.
Because women could be predators too. I would tell them.
Yeah. So if a guy comes and say, I just met this girl at the club last night. I'm gonna have sex with her. I would tell him no. Like I'm telling you, look, if you don't have plans for her long term, you're wasting her time and you're harming her. If you're a better man than that, if you're a good man, you consider yourself a good guy with strong values, I would expect you to walk away from that woman. Don't use that woman. I would tell him straight up, whether it's a woman, but also I have guy friends that cut off because they're just promiscuous to wasting women's time. So the thing is for me is we all know on this panel that there's all the risks that you guys just mentioned. We all know that is the possibility if she decides to sleep with this guy. But you should be strong on your values, what you believe in. The thing is, for a lot of people, if you really believe in what you believe in, it can influence a lot of people because they see your conviction.
Yes.
Right? They see your conviction. But if you're gonna be like, you know what, I'll educate her, but it's still your life.
Like,
Do
it's
what you
not my
choose.
problem. Like, you can't.
But the thing is, I'm not saying I'm gonna lock her up. I'm saying I'm gonna speak with conviction, with experience.
I agree with that.
This is you should not do this. If she still chooses to do it, then that's on her. But I'm saying I had, but no.
At
But look,
the end of the day, everyone makes their own choices, but we definitely should start telling people.
But here's the
no.
difference.
And don't just give up after the first try.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
You know, if you're speaking with conviction, you're gonna keep
Yeah,
trying.
what I'm saying is
Ultimately,
you had an opportunity. You had everybody on this panel probably had friends, right? They came to you with problems, and you had an opportunity to alter the course of the direction where they're going in a positive way because they're about to make a bad decision. You guys have done that with your friends, right? They're about to make a decision. And you said something, hey, I don't think that's a good idea. I think you should go this way.
Oh yeah, my best friend.
You influence them, right? So what I'm saying is you can do that exact same thing, especially if the things that we know in society that's not beneficial, it's harmful for society, especially when it comes to hookup culture. But let me read some super chats real quick. You guys are going hard right now on the super chats. Thank you so much. Mule Jack with the fence. So, man, I could give him a shout out. He dropping some cash tonight. All right, thank you so much. Mule Jack Fencel said, last one, I'm broken, Dusty. Don't at me. I have to keep changing my name because YouTube is full of pocket watchers and beggars. I get no money and I get no cheeks. Great show, Will. I just stopped by to troll as usual. P.S. Women with high body counts are the devil.
I love trolls. I'm a troll too, Jack.
Okay.
I love the Trolls movie.
And then Jack just dropped the hundo. Oh, man, shout out to you, Jack.
You don't got a cha-ching sound?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Hey.
Oh wow.
All right, so Mute Jack with the fence cell.
That money up.
He's dropping. That's a very. We're having a great conversation. So my bad, typo beggars. All right, thank you so much. Appreciate you. All right, and then Phil with the super chats said, "Passport bros get virtuous women, not trifling women that's sleeping around and are hoes.
Hose.
Hoes. Okay. Third lady, please speak up. We need one that can speak for good women. I'm talking to Eve. Okay. Talking and then peaceful Jack, Dusty said, damn, hit 500 daily limit. Back to mom's basement. All right.
Really?
Shout out to you, Jack. Thank you so much. Shout out to you, Jack, one more time. All right. You know what? To respond to Jack, I want to give some time to Eve. Eve, they want to hear from you. Anything you want to add on, Eve?
So brain dead.
What was the topic?
No, they just want to hear more.
Yeah.
If you had the chance to speak to that girl that was going to sleep,
Oh.
would you show her with conviction, like you need to walk away and not make this decision?
Yeah, I think speaking from experience, if like my niece came up to me, or not even just like a family, like anyone,
A young girl.
That
I see myself in. I don't care who it is.
I would say no. I mean, obviously I'd give my reasons, but I would like be strongly, because I don't want the same for her that like I went through.
Yeah.
So it's kind of just like you don't want to like pass it on if you have the chance.
Okay.
If she's coming to you, she's probably coming to you for a good reason.
Okay. All right.
I feel like most people as humans, like at the end of the day, you want what's best for yourself. And if I'm speaking to someone with conviction, eventually they're going to come to the conclusion of what's best for them.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's like, as long as I put the work in to help them realize, because there's been times where I was like delusional as hell. And it took a strong person telling me, don't do it. Like, don't do it. This is why, don't do it. And eventually I came to the conclusion myself that, okay, you're right. I need to walk away.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
And this sounds harsh, but like after doing that, like what I said I would do, like laid out all the things and why she shouldn't do it and whatever. If she does it and the outcome isn't good, I'm not gonna feel guilty about it or feel like I could have or should have prevented it, because
she made her decision. I
Yeah.
was very clear about how I didn't think it was a good idea. Like I don't think it's healthy to like attach myself to that. Like,
But didn't you,
it's her
but
personal-
if you don't mind me saying, but didn't you say that you want her to make a different choice?
No, I didn't say that. I
What
said
did
I
you say?
forced her to.
Yeah,
But-
you wouldn't like change her.
I said that I would say I don't think it's a good idea. I don't
Okay,
think he should do
okay.
it. He could be a serial killer.
Okay.
Remember?
Okay.
I think
And I think I want to. I think
Okay,
I want
fair
to
enough.
back like
Yeah, like
kind
did
of what I was
could.
saying too. I think like in the beginning, I maybe came off as saying that like she should just like fuck around, and I don't think that that's what I'm saying. I think that like what I mean is beyond the education, like it's their choice. You know, at the end of the day, and like yes, you like absolutely you should educate them on like what could happen and what from your experience
Yeah.
has
Definitely.
benefited you and has harmed you.
Yeah.
But I think at the end of the day, like it's gonna be their choice, and like
Yeah, we're not gonna force people, right? What I'm saying is we're not forcing. They have to make their own choices for their life. But the thing is, when it comes to the strong values of society as a whole, the things that we know that's productive, that's gonna benefit both men and women, we should take a strong stance on things that we know that's gonna be good, and then be very against the very things that we know that's gonna be against producing negative consequences to society. So you said Rocky made a great point. If you speak it with enough conviction, right, she can deter that woman to make a different choice. But imagine if people came as a whole, as a society, we all had the same conviction, the same value. It's going to influence society more and more girls to be like, you know what, they're about to make that choice, but they hear it for so many women. They say, hey, don't make this choice because my experience, I've learned from it. Don't make the same choice I did. That man's going to waste her time. But the thing is, that's not what I see in society. What I see in society today is your body, your choice. Just live your life however you want to live.
Yeah, no.
And that's why a lot of girls find themselves in these situations because
Yeah.
nobody's standing with conviction. Don't do this because this is not good for you. But just live your life how you want to live. It's your life. Whatever comes along, it's your choice. I think that harms not only society as a general, but I think it harms a lot of young men and women who don't have a lot of
And I
life
think like
experience.
and I think like the music and the social media really plays a big role.
Yeah.
It's like the music is like
what do you choose
And that's so
I feel like our
Yeah,
society.
like-
and that's what they're
or
literally
they're like,
doing.
and if
Yeah.
you got money, then I'm about to.
I feel like
like
I feel like our society is just really enabling, especially with that like term of like just do whatever you want and like
Yeah.
it's your body, your choice. Obviously,
feel
yes,
like
it's your
that's
body, your choice.
evil. That's like the
It's-
devil.
it's
coming around
extremist.
and sprinkling
Yeah.
It's
evils
extremist.
around.
Like I get the whole
Terrible.
it's your body, your choice, but that's almost like enabling like you know, if we're not giving them another option to be like, well, hey, like, yeah, your body, your choice, yes, but also like this is my experience, this is this, like we're not giving that other option, and that term is
Just
like,
because
really
you can doesn't
enabling.
mean you should.
Yeah,
Exactly. I think it's too extreme. Like I think that like there are situations where the options of like abortions or the options of all this stuff needs to be there. And I think like in trying to like provide that, like it went to the opposite, like super extreme. And now it's just like you were saying, like super enabling.
I just think it can get polarizing really quick in like social media. Like it's very echo chamber. Like your algorithm is for you. You know, like on TikTok, like you see what you like seeing. So like if you're like seeing all this like hookup culture stuff of like enabling reckless
Because you
behavior,
interact with those videos.
like then
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
different, right? But like if you're speaking with conviction and they make a decision that's ultimately their consequences that they have to face, and that fucking sucks for them. But like you did what you like
Did what
could,
you
right?
could,
You
yeah.
did what you could. You like you can lead a horse to water, but like you can't drink for it.
That's
So,
what I said.
like-
I'm not gonna feel that. I'm not gonna feel like I should have done more. Like I'm not gonna feel like
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
And also on that, I think you brought up a point, Claire. A lot of women will feel shamed because they participated in hookup culture or making those type of choices. Maybe shame is not the word, but I believe that of the things that we know that's not beneficial to society, I think we should be able to heavily criticize it. Now, if you take it as shame, that's fine, but I'm gonna be 100% strong in my stance. Like, do not sleep with men, do not participate in hookup culture because it does not benefit you. It is very irresponsible to sleep with somebody on the first night who doesn't care about you, who hasn't shown you that he's gonna be a good person, or you might attract STDs. It's very irresponsible behavior. Now, a lot of women, if I said that to them, if they participated, I say that's very irresponsible. A lot of women will blame me. Oh, I'm trying to shame them. Oh, you can use the word shame, but the thing is, I know that that's not something that's beneficial for you and society, and I'm going to stand on it because I know that for a fact. But the thing is, a lot of we live in a time today that if we even criticize somebody because it's their life, their choice, or you shouldn't shame me however I live my life, even if I choose destroying my own life. Well, you can choose destroy your own life, but you're still affecting everybody.
But I think that's also like a layer of education underneath it. Is saying
Yeah.
like
It is.
there is the education of like
Yeah.
maybe that was like quote unquote irresponsible, but what the irresponsible thing was like both of you had unprotected sex, and it's more about like the STDs and stuff like that,
Yeah.
and less about the act of the sex
Yeah.
itself being shameful.
Yeah.
Because I think like and I think
And just to be fair, I want to be clear on the panel. I shame men too for being promiscuous. Like I don't believe promiscuity for both men and women.
Right.
But
Even though
I have a lot of
how it's interesting that this conversation about hookup culture is centered around women.
Yeah.
And in general on social
Yeah.
media, there's a lot of a lack of accountability for the men.
I want to make it clear because I have a lot of guy friends that believe that I can do it, but the women can't. I don't believe in that. And my stance stays the same way.
Other men.
Literally.
Because like I said, men who are being promiscuous, it doesn't benefit the children because you're sleeping with kids that you're not ready for the responsibility. So the children still harmed the same way. So I don't believe for both men and women. I just want to make that clear.
Can I? Oh, sorry. No, go first. Go.
You should go.
No, go.
No, because I'm gonna like backtrack.
Okay. Just really quickly, we keep talking about this idea of like education, but the first form of education comes from the home, and it's like if people are participating in hookup culture, that is the education you're giving the children that you're raising. You know what I mean? And it's like your school is not really going to teach education about like don't hook up this, don't hook up that. Yeah, they teach about reproductive stuff, but not like feelings and emotions and all those things. So it's like the education comes from the home.
Like that's like installing like morals and values in your child.
And so it's like
that's what is important for the parents.
Yeah. So we keep talking about educating, but it's like we are the ones educating our children. It's not the school.
But you also just made my point, right? Because what do I believe in? Dating with intention for homes, for marriage.
Yes.
So that's why I'm saying it. That's why it still comes back to what I believe in. If we're putting people together, now we're putting a great condition for the children. But if we support hookup culture, breaking up homes, breaking up families, then kids can't go to home because they never saw that in the first place.
And then we just
create.
Exactly. The cycle
continues.
The cycle continues.
It does.
Go ahead.
Like with the marriage and the parents and all of stuff like that. Like how she explained, it is education in the school, but at the same time, being a parent, you should be there for your child when it is come to time to talk about the birds and the bees and
like
being emotional. Yeah, it very much is. And like I was saying with the being married, a lot of people don't care to be married first before they have a child. You know what I mean? Some people just have children and don't really care to have a father in the home or, vice versa, a woman to take care of the baby, the whole nine. A lot of people don't care. But, like, for example, for me, I waited specifically till I was married to have my child, so I feel like that was a smarter decision, for an adult woman to really think about. Instead of just being like, I don't care. I have a baby with him and I don't need him. And their parents are encouraging them. Girl, go on and have that baby. You don't need him. I'll be the daddy. Saying things like that. And they have, like, I have a friend that her mom
there is parents who
told her that. Her mom encouraged her to have a child by a man that didn't want the baby. So she, I'm gonna go with that. But, and her mom encouraged her and she's like, it's all good. We don't need him. And now the mama don't even want to help her with the damn baby. So I'm like, girl,
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I gotta give a shout out to the ladies one more time. We're having a great convo right now. Great show. A lot of you guys are tuning in. Thank you so much. But I have 3 reaction videos I want to play that's going viral right now on the internet. So I want to hear your feedback on this on these videos. Okay, so this is a good video because I would love to hear your perspective on this video. So you guys know who Megan Good is?
Yeah.
No?
Megan Good?
No.
We're old. Oh my God, we're old.
Also, I just didn't grow up here.
She was like the it girl. She was she was the it girls in the 90s and the early 2000s. Everybody was like, "Oh, Megan Good's so pretty." Like she was her. Like I can't
still a photo. I probably recognize. Maybe
She was like an
I'm not good with names at all.
For the old. Back in the day, we're old. We already been.
Damn.
We literally cried because we're old as shit now.
Hello.
You actually cry about it?
Yeah.
It's in my viral on TikTok because we were like in the car.
Okay, so all right, so quick question. So if you're with your man and
Oh shit.
if you're with your man and another guy comes along to give you a hug, is there a way that you have to hug him that's going to be respectful for your man?
Yes.
Okay.
Side hug.
Okay, so great. Okay, let me play this video real quick. So this video happened with Megan Good.
And you have to have like the one leg going out because you're not like.
So let me play the video. Let me play the video. Let me know if this is respectful or disrespectful. The way he hugged Megan Good.
I can already tell it's about.
I've seen that video.
Okay,
I've seen that video.
Let's see it.
Oh my god, wait, I know who Megan Good is.
Okay. Let's watch it real quick. Okay.
I'm just not good with that.
Someone said that she's an actress.
That's her man.
Yeah,
Michael.
Yeah, that's honestly.
He's the actor. Michael Ealy. You heard of him? He's the actor.
Are they friends?
No. They speak Portuguese.
I feel like he was mostly the one like picking her up. She just went for the hug.
And then
he
he
was
just like awkwardly, the guy is just
But I feel
there.
like he should have
that's so
acknowledged
wrong.
the guy too. Like, what's up, man? How you doing? And
That man is just very disrespectful.
Yeah.
So like, and why would you even put her in that position to like be in a weird
And
situation
she
with
looked
her
like
man?
she was just trying to give him a little.
Yeah.
Yeah,
he's
her
like,
man might feel like why he hugging on you like that? Like, you know,
what's you guys' history?
Yeah,
So
you
Yeah.
tell me. Like, and it's put hers in a messed up situation.
that was
crazy. Yeah.
That was horrible,
see.
honestly.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to
Leave
be
him
devil's
not
advocate
in.
on this
He
one.
was
Because if it was the other way around, I'd be
I'm gonna be
I'd
devil's
be like,
advocate on this one.
Yes, give us a.
Well, I gotta wait to be devil's advocate, like y'all.
She probably was like,
Okay, so wait, who on this panel believes that was disrespectful?
disrespect.
Okay, so
Very
okay,
disrespectful.
well,
I think it was
everybody.
I
So
want to hear what she
raise your hand one more time. Disrespectful.
I'm abstaining.
You're abstaining. So you don't think? Oh,
Like,
okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I need to explain.
I'll come to you. Why do you think it's
I wanna
half
hear the discussion
disrespectful?
first.
Okay. I will say the part where he didn't acknowledge the husband was disrespectful, but I don't necessarily see the hug as disrespectful.
No.
I have childhood friends, guy friends. I grew up with all boys, and if I hadn't seen them in a long time, I am giving a full embrace, a full hug, and all those things.
I agree
The
with
fact that
that.
he ignored him was kind of crazy.
That's
But the whole
The lift.
crazy.
If you
The
lift you off
lift-
your feet.
on it,
That's kind of weird.
a little weird, a little weird. I don't think my guy friends would lift me up like that. A little weird, honestly.
It's not like their family.
Exactly.
But-
That's why I was asking was
Yeah.
it a cousin or something.
Like
No,
a
you're
little
right.
weird, but
you
also
know,
my
like-
guy friends are like my family too. So it's just I don't really know what their
I would
relationship
feel
is.
So
No,
for you,
I
it'd
feel
be
so
weird if he
uncomfortable.
picked you up.
Yeah, like just me personally, like it'd be weird if my guy friends pick me up because it's like
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd be
Yeah.
hella uncomfortable.
He's trying to get a
I'd be
free
like,
feel.
what the
yeah,
fuck?
but
Okay.
like yeah, I guess it's just situational.
Okay.
But picking
You want CC? You want to say something?
Yeah, I definitely just think that video is horrible. I think that whoever that was very, very, very disrespectful. Like, who literally goes up and picks a woman up in front of her
the
husband
in
front of her,
and then literally doesn't even acknowledge
Yeah.
him?
Yeah,
If it was the other way
And I think-
around,
yeah.
like,
yeah, like the video itself is crazy. But like,
Imagine if the husband saw a woman that he
Yeah.
Yeah.
was like, hey, and,
literally
like, lifted
sweeps her off her
around.
feet.
Yeah.
Quite
And standing
literally.
there like,
yeah,
Yeah.
I would feel
That's-
uncomfortable if I were the partner.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I think it's like what you did after, like you gave her the hug, right? Like
Mhm.
maybe you guys hug each other like full embrace, but not picking
I
up,
wanna
right?
say
But like,
something.
like,
Yeah.
If I was the husband, I would have been like, "Oh yeah, what's up, bro?" Like,
Yeah.
you know, and
Yeah.
addressed my.
And then
him.
like, that's what made me
Like,
feel
it
bad.
would've went
the way
down
he
for
was
me.
trying to
I would have been like,
Yeah,
"Hey, what's
yeah.
up?" I'm not like, you know, and
Yeah.
nigga, like, you know, all up, you know, hit chest and shit, like, yeah, nigga.
That's
like,
what it
Yeah, I
That's
feel like it would
what
kind
it
of be
is.
different if the
Come
guy
on,
was just super friendly and then he
He
went
didn't
up
know-
to
he
the
didn't know what
husband
to
like
do.
full of energy, like, "Hey, nice to meet you. Like, you looking
I'm her
great
man.
tonight."
Yeah.
Like, but no, like literally nothing.
yeah. The video itself was definitely disrespectful, but like fully embracing like,
Yeah.
Like,
somebody like
regular hug is-
from true like admiration and love for somebody. Like I don't see that as disrespectful. That video specifically though was disrespectful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think just personally, like I don't like touching people in general.
Yeah, like
I honestly go for a
touching too
handshake.
much.
To be honest,
It's-
like this, and then we're gonna go like this.
Yeah.
Or if you're cool, I'm gonna do a side hug. But like full
Yeah.
embrace is like only my family.
Yeah.
Or like if I'm really cool with you.
Dude,
And to be
yeah,
fair,
I honestly
if
be
my
like,
man
fair
is
for
there, like,
Megan
I'm not
good,
gonna be like,
just do.
hey, so have you like, oh, you just hugged me? Like
That's what I'm saying.
right
To
here.
be
like,
fair, like for Megan Good though, it did look like
You
she
couldn't
was
tell
not
she was
expecting
like
all of that.
that. Yeah,
like
yeah,
it looked like
yeah,
she was trying to come in.
She
for
went in
hug.
for the hug.
Yeah.
Can we see it again, please? Can we see it again? Now we really need to analyze this.
Let's analyze it the second time.
I mean, I think we've all established it's disrespectful.
Like, and then just look at the husband, y'all. Like the way he's standing, he just
was
looks
so
so
awkward.
Okay.
like.
Yeah, look at his face. You can see his face.
Yeah.
I'm saying, let me play it one more time.
Can you see how she got her hat? Dude, and then she literally started looking at her like, yeah,
definitely.
You know they talked about it right after. You know.
You can tell.
like the hug is always
He literally the way he's like fidgeting around, like maybe.
He's uncomfortable. He was uncomfortable.
Yeah.
What do I do?
Like,
Yeah. But if you
'Cause
observe Megan's body language, the way she first of all was
she
hugging him
was-
with one hand,
she-
and she
yeah.
grabbed her hat when he picked her up, like, oh
Yeah,
shit,
like,
you're picking me up. I
yeah,
didn't expect
yeah,
that.
Like you're doing the most, bro. Like yeah.
It's definitely like the guy's fault. It's not Megan's
Yeah.
fault.
It's definitely.
If your partner is uncomfortable, it's disrespectful.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And I want to get Eve. What's your take on it? I didn't get a chance to hear from you.
Yeah, I think that's definitely disrespectful. I like if some like even if he's like a friend, I mean, I don't know. I just don't think like people like would ever like pick you up.
Yeah.
Like if my man's picked
Like, I
up,
think-
Yeah, that was honestly a little much.
out of there.
Excessive.
And especially doing that in front of his husband. Like, yeah, somebody
even
said
if you
like he
guys-
doesn't respect him as a man, and that's complete truth. Like, that's really, really weird.
the video's a no. Like,
Even
it's
and
a-
then you
it's just
completely
a no.
ignore, bro.
Not the
Like,
vibes.
and even if you guys had that type of relationship before at some point in your lives,
you
I don't
anymore.
think it should continue
Yeah.
now that
Okay.
you're
Yeah.
All right.
Separated.
with somebody.
Literally.
Yeah.
Like no.
Michael Ealy, you're done.
And right in front of him.
No.
like,
I want to give you a chance to speak. What did you think?
Oh, that was just very disrespectful, like
Okay.
coming from his end, because she literally did one arm, like she never
Mhm.
fully
Yeah.
embraced him. He's the one that literally lifted her up and did not even say hi to the husband. Like
Okay.
that's so weird.
And Claire, any final thoughts you want to add on?
I mean, yeah, it's clear that she wasn't really the one like making it as extra as he
Yeah.
was, and he was.
All right.
I think I'd probably feel uncomfortable if that
Okay.
were me. As
All right. I better not see you guys get picked up like that.
No, I'd honestly be like, what the fuck? Like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Like,
All right. No worries. All right. Thank you so much. Appreciate you guys so far. Congo English with the super chats. I believe Michael knows something. He doesn't respect him as a man. Makes sense. No. All right. No worries. All right. Thank you so much. Yeah, well, he's a better man than me. I would have addressed it on site.
Dude.
Like you said,
Yeah,
I feel like
she's
how you doing?
I'm
her man. What's up?
Yeah.
Yeah, like nice to meet you.
yeah. He was probably just so in the moment uncomfortable and like in front of a bunch of people, cameras
Well,
on him, and
he
like,
just
what the fuck?
got over a case.
Yeah.
So he's just a celebrity.
Oh, really?
Jonathan Majors.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Well, I wouldn't give a damn.
I would have been like,
I'm like, bro, you doing too much.
Yeah,
Like,
no.
and then
Keep pushing.
like, you know.
Peaceful Jack dropped the super chat. 3 of the women up here are so beautiful. One is really smart and speaks well. One looks fun and has an amazing body. The last one is wifey. Always, I see you. All right. Can you add some names to that so we know who it is? Yeah, add some names to it, Dusty.
Add
Intentional.
names with another super chat.
All right. Be intentional. Be intentional.
And then one super chat per name.
Hey, remember, no casual hookup chats. Intentional chats. Say the name.
Be respectful.
All right.
Word of the year, intention.
All right, I have another video. This one went viral on Twitter, on X. All right, so
Another one.
this is this is probably out of all the 3 videos I'm going to show you, this is the one I had the most problem with. Okay, so
I'm prepared. I'm ready.
be ready. Okay, so
I'm gonna sip my tea.
That's the girl that said she don't bathe her kids.
Oh my
Wait,
I saw that today. I'm
wait. Let me see. Let me do the okay. Give me. You have to hear it. Okay, ready?
Yeah, let's hear it.
One more time.
In through your nose.
Children probably bathe maybe once a week.
Take a deep breath. Breathe. In through your nose. Out through your mouth.
So Michael's a fourth Japanese. He
One
thinks they have
time-
to bathe every day. Can you?
I'm 100% black, and I also think they should bathe every day.
I did delayed bathing with both my kids.
Yes, that's because why would you need to? Why are they dirty?
What?
Why are children dirty? Have you met a children?
Tell us about how you only bathe your kids once a week. I want to know more about that.
Well, first off, I just let my kids do what they want to do. I have 4 children.
Yeah, she's
I'm
a
not
doctor.
going to fight with my kids over little stupid things like bathing.
So you just let them children do whatever they want to do. And you wonder why they...
What's the age gap again? Almost 10, 7, 5, and 2.
You're in it.
Yeah.
So you don't make them bathe every day. You'll just do when they want to once a week.
If it's once a week, like now they swim. We have a pool and they swim in the summer. So I guess we call that bathing.
No, you call that swimming. When you go swimming, you just got wet. You are not clean. You be musty in and musty out. If they ain't got no soap and washcloth under them underarms and in the nether regions, they go be stanking 10 years. You know what? See? And that's why there's some stereotypes.
So it's probably even less than that, but no, we tell it like our kids have autonomy over their bodies.
That's not what that
Dude,
means.
that's not what that means.
But real quick.
10-year-olds stink, bro. 10-year-olds actually stink. No.
Dude, I feel like that's honestly like borderline abusive because they're gonna have horrible hygiene too when they grow up. Like,
no,
that's honestly horrible.
So real
dude.
quick, who here agrees with the woman? Raise your hand.
Will.
I have to ask. I can assume. All right.
I'm glad that she said the ages though, because when they're babies, you really shouldn't be.
Yeah.
When they're newborn, because it'll mess up their skin.
But if they're 10 years old, they should.
Dude, yeah.
Wait, didn't she say my nephew stinks, bro?
Yeah,
He didn't
10,
shower
7,
every day.
and 2.
Oh, nah, you gotta, brother. I'm putting you in the trash can.
PSA: swimming is not a bath.
So what? You're also not
They're
gonna
piss
fight
in the
them to
pool.
brush their teeth because they have autonomy over their body.
Don't play me. There's piss
So
in the
that they
pool.
can get cavities and rotten teeth. Like that's literally borderline abusive.
Because if they want to,
Honestly, that video needs no more comment. That's disgusting. No.
That's basically.
That's horrible, dude. That's honestly really horrible.
Do we know what she does for career?
Yeah.
She looked like a doctor. She was wearing
scrubs.
You wear scrubs.
Is
doesn't
she
mean
like
you're
a doctor? Like
she could be like a caregiver or like which would be even worse actually, because they'd be having a baby.
you can just be wearing.
Okay.
Some
Alright.
people just wear scrubs because they want to wear scrubs.
Yeah.
Okay. Does anybody here bathe once a week? I have to ask.
You would smell us.
Okay.
If you do, please watch.
There was this kid in high school though.
No.
I'll be saying people's names.
No.
But he used to stink so bad. He was a really nice guy, and nobody hung out with him.
See, but that
And,
also
I would
kind of
be
makes me
nice
like feel
to him
kind
and,
of bad
talk
because
to him. Like I'd be like, oh yeah, like
you should
like he was commenting on my drawing, and he's like next to me. He smells like must, and like you could tell he has dogs.
When
He
that
smelled
was
like
his mother
dog,
growing
and
up,
he
so
had
his
fur all
hygiene
over.
is just
It was
horrible.
disgusting. And one time, so we got on the bus with him because we were leaving, and he's like, you know what I'm talking about, right? so like we were all getting on the bus, and he's like, hold on, like I'm gonna come with you. We're like, okay. So he got on the bus with us, and we were all standing up. I kid you not, people around us are like, and I'm just like,
It's just embarrassing. But like somebody has to tell them. Like
Yeah.
Dude, there's no way they don't know. Like you smell.
To be honest, they know.
They know, but like some kids don't actually know because they got parents like this, right? Like,
but you don't
like,
feel sweaty or like you know how after you have a day when you're really
because
sweaty,
they're
you feel
kids. Like maybe they didn't grow up like that, right? Like I
Well,
like
clearly
they
they grew up like that.
like that. Like
Yeah, I
parents
agree.
That, like,
I
don't
agree.
have time to bathe their kids or like tell them to brush their teeth every day, like twice a day, like eat 3 meals, like. Food, sleep, and water are like basic necessities.
I don't feel like who knows if he grew up in like
I think
foster
that
care.
get involved in that case.
Like, God,
Yeah, honestly, CPS needs a ring.
you put them in the shower, like just
that's normal.
you're so
And they're gonna be stinking.
And then their kids.
Not only
Yeah.
stinking, but you can
their kids
spread.
are not gonna make. And then their kids.
Wash your kids.
They might not get it
because you probably won't get married.
Yeah,
That's
like
honestly
people-
a
I
different
see
thing,
that
and you
online.
know their pools.
People
that
say
feel
swimming
like
counts as a
pools.
bath.
Yeah, like you.
Or she just saying just because of her kids is like.
Oh yeah, so you bathing? You don't let your kids bathe?
Yeah,
But
like-
you bathing?
That's what I'm saying. Like, you wash your hands.
Say it.
Go ahead.
Okay, so I saw this thing the other day, like on social media, but also like my friends reposted it. I also reposted it, and it was like generational. Fuck, my bad. Generational trauma is a thing, but also generational healing is another thing. Like in school, like I learned about like the 7 generations. So like if you're part of like one generation, you should think about the 3 generations that came before you and the future 3 generations. Like how do you lead your life with the virtues, with the discipline that you have, like with like the mindfulness that you have for others' consideracy. Like consider your kids in like 30 years. Like, sorry, but like, is your kid gonna stay and be a problem for everybody else? Yes, like,
and I just want to say it might not feel good to discipline people, but discipline is love.
Necessary.
Yeah.
Discipline really is love.
Yeah.
Can I push back? Can I push back against you guys real quick?
Oh no, you can't actually. Remember when I said that we should start telling people no? No, you cannot push back on this issue.
Actually, no.
Can I push back?
If you're
Wait, can I push back?
if you're about to tell me that you shouldn't bathe your kid every day, don't.
I gotta hear what you gotta say.
I'm walking out.
I'm not gonna scroll you.
She's
literally waiting for like what you're
Okay, yeah, let's hear.
No, my pushback is, didn't you guys just said earlier that we should,
I'm sorry, but
didn't you guys just say earlier we should just let people live how they
I didn't say
want?
that. I didn't say that.
It's their choice.
Yeah, I knew that.
You should not have a say.
No, I said the complete.
You should not have a
opposite of
say
that.
to tell people what
Yes.
to do.
Yes.
Children.
Were we talking about our own kids? No, we're talking about a random person.
I didn't say that.
Look, there's homeless people outside right now who stink. Am I
I'm
about to
just
go
saying.
tell them to take a shower?
No,
No.
that's like
But am I
bathing
gonna
children,
bathe
not
my
adult
child?
women
I would
having
tell them
sex.
they should
Like,
take a
how
shower.
hard is that
So
to
you-
say? Like,
so-
here's some
If an adult stinks, I'm telling them.
Yeah, because honestly, a child isn't dependent. Like they literally depend on you.
So let me get it. So let me
legally
get it.
and just in general
So-
in life to take
So-
care of them, to teach
Yeah.
them.
With that we go.
So let me get it.
Stay clean.
So let me get it. If you had a family friend or family member that was like her, only bathed her kids once, you wouldn't say absolutely
I would
nothing.
say you nasty.
I would tell her, yes, like you have a problem.
I would bathe the
and
kid
you should go
myself.
get
But am I gonna like steal her
Yeah.
kids and go put them in the
Well, I would call it child protective
Yeah.
That's what I'm
services.
saying, like, I would-
No, yeah, honestly, because it is
But you should
scary,
just let
like
them do
in
what
the
they do.
sense.
Let them live however they want to live.
No, not with someone who
Using
literally
children.
depends
I'm just
on
saying
you.
is-
Like,
But that's what I'm saying is we have to have an obligation towards society of what's beneficial for society. So we have to stand on the things that we know that's good. So, but a lot of you guys mentioned, we should let people live how they want to live. It's their autonomy.
Yeah.
But also,
If a
that's
random
like, if
person
the lady
stinking, they
is
can stink. But if they're doing something to a child,
But that's how she
Yeah.
wants
if the
to
lady
raise her
coming
children.
to you, no, but your example was
Who are you to say to tell
if
her
I
how
want
she
to
raises
raise
her
a
kids?
child by punching them in the nose, like that's not the same thing as letting someone have sex with who they want.
yeah, like I'm saying, there's
Also-
a difference between
No, it's the
that.
same
That's literally
principle.
like
It's the same
borderline
principle.
abusive.
Not at all. There's
It's
no
the same
is the
principle.
mom coming to you and saying, do you think that I should do this? Because that was what your example was with the woman, is she coming to you saying, do you think I should have sex with this man? Is the mom coming to you and saying,
Do you think I should bathe my children?
No,
I would say, yeah, you should bathe
my
them.
my stance was this. My stance is if we see things, behaviors that's negative and it's consequence for society, we should be able to speak up and tell them.
Are
that
you going to see every woman that has unprotected sex and go up to them and say that you
No,
shouldn't?
no. But
Exactly.
I know, but if I see it, if we discuss about it, I'm gonna stand on what I believe in.
Sure, but if that lady comes
yeah.
up to you and discusses, oh, I'm not bathing my child, like you, sure, like have a discussion about it.
Yeah. No, but I
Like,
would tell her that that's abuse. If you're not, I would tell her, I would tell her that that is abuse.
Yeah,
That is not the right way to
girl.
raise a children. That is
Yeah,
not
and
the
that's
right way to
honestly
raise a
scary
child.
because if she doesn't care about them like bathing, because apparently they have their own autonomy and all that, she's obviously doesn't care if they brush their teeth. So what? They're gonna get cavities in
Yeah, yeah.
their teeth. They're gonna rot away, and they're gonna have a mouthful of like caps by like
Also,
15.
I'm sure thousands of people have commented being like,
And like,
don't do that, but she's probably not going to change.
and that's what I think. Like,
Yeah,
with a situation
honestly.
like that, it's
that's
actually illegal. It's child neglect. So I could call
I know.
CPS and they could take the child away.
But no.
If someone says I want to have unprotected sex and go be a hoe, I can't
That's
call
not
someone to go
dangerous
take them
to
to
you.
jail.
Yeah.
That's them. They're gonna be a hoe. Like
Yeah.
that's the difference. That's what you're not.
I
I feel
don't-
like that's what you're not
Wait, I have
understanding.
I
how
don't
it's
think
done.
you can call. I don't think if she wants to only bathe her kids once a week, I don't think you can take her kids away from that.
Okay.
I
Can,
don't
can
think-
we
I
get
don't
back
think-
to
But, like,
the whole like
But real
your
quick-
But I mean, it's
hypothetical
like
real quick,
neglect
please,
in some
because
form.
I've been trying to say something.
No, go ahead.
But
Go ahead.
like
Go ahead.
basically, these are not equivalent hypotheticals,
Yeah.
right? Also, you didn't
Yeah.
tell us how young this girl is that's coming to me for advice. If she's over 18 and she's making her own decisions as an adult, who am I to tell her that you should be like not doing this? You should like I'm gonna educate her and I'm gonna tell her with my conviction and my experience, but like
And that's all you
she's
can
an
do.
adult.
That's
Like
all you can do.
like if
Like,
it's a
there's
pedophile, if like she's like below
Then you can call
18,
police.
then you can tell her that this is what you're prepared to do because like you're not of legal age yet. I don't think that you should be making those decisions right now. Like
Even
you know,
with her,
like
honestly, I'm not gonna lie to you.
Honestly,
Even with
she's
her
right.
bathing her kid once a week, I will say you're nasty. But like,
But
what
she's not
else am
gonna
I going to
change.
do?
Yeah.
That's why I say
Well,
all the
well-
people in the
Well,
comments are
well,
literally
well,
telling
well,
her not to, but she's
Yeah,
still
but
gonna
that also doesn't mean that
No.
you should just stay silent. Like we should tell people like
Yeah.
this. You need to get it the fuck together.
Well,
like
it just sounds like you're picking and choosing when you want to speak up and when you don't want to speak up.
But in both
yeah, but is
situations,
that
we
not
spoke
freedom
up.
of
But I'm
speech
not
right
gonna
there?
force anyone to do anything. That's
Yeah.
all I've been saying.
Yeah, that's my only pushback is the thing is if you say your stance is we just let people do whatever they want, then you shouldn't speak on these things. But the thing is you have a
We didn't
problem
say
with
let
that.
them do it alone
I
and
don't
not say
think-
our opinion though. I'm gonna say my opinion, period.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
that doesn't mean
You
I
can say your
control
opinion, but you
them.
can't. Yeah, you
I
can't
think
force
it's like
them
freedom
to do.
of choice, right?
Yeah.
And
Like, if
No,
I
it's-
just start a protest,
public
for her,
health
like,
is a
You
thing.
can say there is a
Like,
choice.
no,
This is
like-
yeah.
Like
Yeah.
public health laws exist, like mask laws used to exist, like vaccinate your kids, like you can't go to like your kid can't go to school if they're not vaccinated, for example, right? Like there's laws put into place for this kind of stuff. So like you could just follow the law, like right? Like I don't know,
Is
like
deodorant a law?
it should be honestly.
I mean, it should be maybe. Yeah.
All right,
But
so
yeah, I don't think that our my answer changed for either of the like I don't think it contradicted
Yeah.
each other. In both situations,
Yeah.
I'll say my
okay.
opinion, but
No,
I'm not
I
gonna
just-
control the person.
oh,
yeah,
I
but
think
I'm
you
still
did.
gonna
Yeah.
tell the both
I mean,
of them no.
that's just what I think.
Yeah.
It's all good. I'm just saying it's just a contradictory of principles and beliefs. That's all I'm saying.
I think
But
in
it's-
different
it's-
situations,
that's
yeah.
fine.
But I don't
That's
think
fine.
they contradicted each other. In both situations, I said my opinion. Like, no, but I say to the girl, he could be a serial killer. He could be, you could get an STI, you could get pregnant. I don't think it's a good idea. And then I don't think you should
Yeah.
do it.
You
Minding
go
my
on your
business.
way.
What I said to the woman, I think that's nasty as fuck.
Well, and also
Take it
your
back.
scenarios
And then
were
I minded my
different.
business.
Your
Like,
scenarios were
same
different
thing.
because one was like someone coming to you for advice in your opinion, and the other one was literally just like
Neglecting her
a woman stating,
kids.
"I don't
Yeah.
like my kid."
I think you
Well,
can
you know what I'm saying is-
She thought he ate with
but,
that one, y'all.
I think part of it too, that like with his point is that like morals and values and all those different things shouldn't be situational.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Is,
definitely, yeah.
Like the things that we know that's beneficial for society should be situational. Like we all know that bathing your kids once a week is not good, right?
Yeah.
We all know sleeping with somebody the first night is not good.
Yeah.
So that's my standing. But that we know there are certain values, certain things, certain behaviors that's not good for not only them for society. So we can't pick and choose when we want to speak on a certain thing or not speak on a certain thing. You have to be consistent in
I
everything.
think you can only tell someone what you think is responsible behavior. But at the end of the day, whether or not they end up in jail is their consequences of their actions, though, right? Like, if I tell you, like, oh, you can't mess with that girl, she's under 18, and then he goes and does something, and he ends up in jail. I said what I said.
And that's what I said about the guy. I'm not gonna feel bad or
said
like
what I
I
said.
should have done more if I already
Like I did what I
said.
could. I'm gonna do what I can.
Yeah.
But like ultimately, it's not on me
You know how
or
stressed
all
I
of
would be
society to
if we
follow
tried
what
to-
I believe.
Okay, no, that's fine. That's fine. We can agree to disagree. That's fine.
Also,
Appreciate it.
But the thing is, I don't
Claire.
think I disagree.
No, Claire.
No, I was gonna say something that's controversial.
Say it.
Like,
Say it.
Say
Say
it.
it. Say it. Say it.
Say
I mean,
it.
I think you had said like also like we all know that it's not good to sleep with someone on the first night, and like I just think that that's an
It's a matter of
as
opinion.
well. Like
It's a
I
matter of
know
opinion.
people that I know
You can't
that-
force your opinion on anyone.
Yeah, and like I don't know, like I really do have friends that have landed in successful marriages and friendships.
No.
And I know that it's like whatever, like the statistic, but like, is there really even like a proper way to go about dating? Like to you, maybe, but like I know people that have landed in successful relationships that have slept with them on the first night, and my belief is that, and everyone has different opinions. Like I totally respect that. I think that like some people choose to sleep with their partner the first night, some people choose to sleep with them the 10th. Like, but I think that if you go into it with intention, when you have sex with them isn't going to change that.
Yeah.
Because if your intention is I want to be in a relationship and you have sex with them the first night, you could still be in a successful relationship
And you
regardless. And
communicate
that
that.
person's intention is not going to change based off of when you have sex with them.
No,
That's my opinion.
No, that's fine. That's fine. I respect.
Yeah.
No, I respect their opinion.
Yeah.
That's fine.
On the first night, are you gonna even know their intention?
You could. I mean, you could. People
could.
could also change their intentions.
You
Like,
could.
you could say that both ways. Like, if you sleep with someone the 10th night, they could still not want a relationship. You know? That's just my opinion.
No. I respect it and I appreciate it. What I'm saying is, I do agree with you. There are people who did it,
Yeah.
right? But the thing is, we should never use the extreme to
But
represent
I don't think we should
the
say
majority.
that it's like good or bad.
I've decided.
No, I
that would
truly
like
believe
to
it's
tell
not
my
good.
business.
Okay, and that's
would
fine.
love to
I
hear
think you
your
can
business.
say if it's safe or it's not safe.
You
But-
guys.
But it's
But let
not,
me-
it might not be like unsafe. Like,
Yeah,
if you're having
exactly.
safe,
If
consensual
you're,
sex the
then
first
that's
night.
fine, honestly. Because
I just
you're
want to
making
say.
a
It's just like how
responsible
you go
decision
about
between two
Yeah.
like people that
Okay.
you want you want to
Yeah.
be intimate with.
It's just how you go about your relationship, and that's okay. And I don't think there's a right or wrong answer.
Mhm.
All right. So, but
Bye.
real quick. Let me just read the super chats real. Let me read this super chats real quick. All right. So, there we go. Peaceful Jack with the super chat. Thank you so much. No names. They know who they are. They know who they are. They have vibes. All right. Thank you, Jack.
Thank you.
Phil said, "Will ask how should they dress if they want a relationship." We're gonna to close up real quick soon. And Peaceful Jack said, "I'll give them I'll give the name of the wifey if she makes me a house husband. Otherwise, I'm not telling.
Never mind.
I would hate for the other women to get envious." Hashtag Caddy.
I don't think anyone's gonna be envious. Peaceful.
Okay.
You're,
All right.
You're spending money on
Trust me, you're
Peaceful Jack said, "Showers are okay. Shaving is a crime." Hashtag boycott Baldies. All right.
Wow.
That's why
Peaceful Jack said,
That's deep, bro.
"Man, these are some beautiful, lovely ladies." Well, thank you so much. Shout out to the ladies.
Jack is so peaceful. Peaceful Jack.
Thank you, Jack. Thank you.
Jack said, "P.S. Shaving is bad for your pH scent. Bring back hair."
Do you have?
That's actually
do you
not
actually
true.
have itchy? Like I really
Okay.
don't know.
Jack said, "E-Rock, please don't start. I just left my beef era." All right. Jack said, "Say go outside again," and we
He's
got
talking to
hashtag
E-Rock.
beef for life.
What was E-Rock saying?
Because E-Rock was basically trying to say, what have these girls ever done for you that they're beautiful, lovely ladies?
Oh my god.
Poor guy.
Okay. And then Peaceful Jack said, "E-Rock,
Don't come for Jack.
these women exist. That's all they need to be beautiful to me.
Thank you.
When they have
Jack.
to do something for me besides they
But
smash
see, you
on the
ruined it
first
right
night."
there. You ruined it right there.
You lost us.
You lost us.
Like,
I
do not.
just don't talk sex like right then and there. You know, like
Okay.
So don't disrespect us.
And Jack said,
Thank you.
"I'm out.
Thank you.
I don't want to derail or create bad vibes."
Thank you.
Oh, thank you so much, Jack.
And then you said,
You have a great night.
That's what I meant by being weird, like first encounter.
Yeah,
like just
you're
saying like weird
right.
sexual stuff.
Like
All right.
Yeah, like you had the attention, but then not
yeah,
hard.
then
Okay.
yeah.
He's just trolling.
You know
He's trolling.
what? You know what? My boyfriend told me this, and I really didn't know this was true. Like, guys really do not get to have sex that much. Like, it's really hard for them to have sex.
That's true.
Oh yeah.
And because women have so many options and they spend all day saying no,
Yeah.
it's like we think that but like he was telling me that like men, even a guy that you think is really attractive and you think like, oh, he must get a lot of women, like they don't. Like compared to women, they don't. So it's like sometimes I like to use that lens when I see how men act because it's like, oh,
They thirsty.
poor baby.
Yeah. Oh,
You know?
you're not getting some.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm sorry for you.
All right. And we got one more video.
But
And
some
then
ladies will give it up in a heartbeat.
all right.
That's true.
All right.
Yeah.
God bless her soul. That person.
Wait, what? Wait, wow.
All right. And
Bro.
so this is gonna be the last one. This is gonna be the last one.
Yeah.
All right.
I like reacting.
And then we're gonna
Me too.
we're gonna
We
finish.
should do this for a whole podcast. One day.
Yeah, react to this ridiculous
All right.
relationship videos.
So she was explaining a date that she went on, and I want to get your feedback. If this is a red flag, not a red flag. Okay.
Oh, you do not plan a freaking date.
Wow, with that energy, it sounds like a horror story. I can't wait to hear it.
I am here, gonna show you with receipts.
And you brought receipts? This is gonna be so good. I can't wait.
I have been on one date with this man. I think this guy is great. I had such a nice time with him. We had so much fun. We had a lot in common. I could not wait to go on a second date with him.
Ooh, I'm invested. You went out with him, enjoyed it. You told your girlies you were excited to go out with him, couldn't wait to see him again. He must have ruined this.
A week or so later, he finally texts me and is like, hey, are you free Sunday for brunch? I'm like, yeah, great.
Hey, good for you. You were excited to go out with him again, and now you've got plans to do brunch on Sunday. Like, what could have gone wrong?
Reacting, guys. That Saturday night, he sends me this text, are you still up for brunch?
Good for him. So he's solidifying the plans that he made with you earlier in the week for brunch on Sunday.
Yes, I'm still up for brunch.
Your energy shifted. You don't seem very happy that he's trying to solidify the plans that he made with you earlier in the week about Sunday. Am I reading this wrong?
I could come your way if you know a good spot.
I like this guy. He's asking if there's a place near you so that you don't have to travel as far, and he's gonna also make sure that you enjoy the food at the place where you're gonna go for brunch. Smooth tactics, man.
What is she irritated about?
Yeah, like,
Wait,
I
watch,
do the
watch.
heavy lifting for you, buddy.
What? Huh?
So I give him a list of these places.
Perfect. Now he knows there is food near you that you like. All right.
He says, oh, the Dutch Eye. Not even sure what that means.
I read that differently. I read, oh, the Dutch, like this place is fire.
Hey,
If you didn't
welcome,
understand
babe.
him, why didn't you just say that to him?
So then that
Hold on.
morning, I get a text from him. Howdy, how does two sound?
Okay, so he's still just trying to solidify the plans that he made with you earlier in the week.
I never heard back from him the night before.
Hold up. What do you mean you didn't hear back from him? The last thing that was texted the night before was him saying, ooh, the Dutch, you're the one showing the receipts. You left him on read.
So what do I say? Oh, when I didn't hear back last night about a reservation or anything concrete, I made plans for this afternoon.
Wait, what? Huh? I'm so confused.
You cannot, for a second date, try and make plans the morning of.
He did it. Your whole entire story and your receipts show that he didn't try just the morning of. You said he texted earlier in the week, and then on Saturday he tried to solidify. You left him on read, and so he's texting you Sunday morning.
So what is his response? Okay, cool.
Good.
Yeah.
What a king. Dude, she's obviously told how they responded.
I agree.
Okay, cool.
That's exactly what I would have did.
He, I think, got the point.
He for sure got the point. I don't think you do though.
Yeah.
I love this
Dude,
story.
he freaking
You missed out is what
got
happened.
lucky having
Yeah.
dodged the bullet.
Yeah,
Like,
he did.
I think he's
Even
good.
from the beginning when he asked, like, do you have any ideas? I have to do all the heavy lifting. Like,
yeah, like what?
Like, are two
Like,
people not going
oh,
on the
sorry, I might want to know places that you may really, really like near your area that we can go to that I don't know about.
All right, so
My bad.
anybody here thinks that it was a red flag from the man, or that was a green flag?
Shawty tripping. The
Who-
goose.
She's just crazy and delusional.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I feel like he was really nice, really respectful. He wanted her opinion. Like, is there any places you like that you would want to eat?
Mhm.
And then she gave him a list, which I thought was cool of her to do, like a list of
Yeah.
And then he saw one that he liked, like, oh
Yeah.
yeah, the Dutch one, that's cool.
Yeah.
And then she never said anything back. Like she
Yeah.
could have been like, okay, yeah, let's go
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
She
Double
never said
texted
anything
her.
back, and then she
And then maybe if
gaslit
she
him the
would've
next
confirmed-
morning, like you didn't respond to me, like.
And maybe if she would have confirmed, like, yeah, the Dutch is good, then maybe he would have made a reservation.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think some people literally just find anything to complain about, like
They
genuinely.
just be whiny.
Like people like her are like genuinely just miserable. Like you'll never be able to make someone like that happy.
Mhm.
Like girl was starving.
Yeah.
She hasn't gone play in like
She
5
clearly
years.
was unhappy with the Dutch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She wanted a different choice.
Why did you put it
I
on the
don't
list
know.
if you didn't want it?
But it's like the part that confused me is like, oh, when you didn't respond to me
It's like
last
4
night.
hours.
Are we reading the same text?
Yeah, like
I
I
think-
think we have the same evidence right here.
And then she's talking about the Dutch. Like,
Like why would he be saying that?
Yeah.
Like
I feel like
I think I've like been through this before personally. I'm a very big planner. So like that kind of would annoy me. But now that like I'm in a relationship, I know how men think and they don't plan. So like now I think that would be fine. But like when I was younger, I'd be like, oh, this is kind of annoying. Cause like I like to plan my week out. But like as of now, like it's not a big deal. Like men don't really like planning things. So
I think it is
the fact that he thought about it in the first place.
Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah.
You know what? That makes sense for me, and I think this is a reflection of the generation of social media being online. But for me, is if I need clarification, confirmation, I'll just call you.
Yeah.
I don't know why people just call. If you're confused about something, if you misinterpret something on the text, because sometimes people can misinterpret text messages. Sometimes it's not the best way to convey your message.
Is you good, sis?
Yeah. I said, hey,
though.
hey, it's not I. It's not
I.
I was like, hey, this is good.
Also, like some guys do like to plan, which I like really appreciate.
Yeah.
I'm also a planner, but like I also really appreciate a guy planning. I've also dated a guy who would call me to make the plan too, and I appreciated that so much.
It's so
To
much
be like,
faster.
okay, what should we do? What do you want to do? Or like, what are some ideas you have? Or like, hey, I have this restaurant that I really like.
Yeah.
Like, let's go here.
Well,
And I appreciate that
Yeah.
too. I think any kind of plan.
I think I think so many people are afraid to call because they might seem desperate or something. I don't know what's wrong with this generation.
Double text her. If you don't respond, I will call you.
Yeah.
In the
That's what I'm
beginning,
saying.
I was like,
Yeah. Me too.
I'm not scared
Me
to
too.
double
Yeah.
text.
Yeah.
Like, I need to confirm. Like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna make the plan, and
Yeah.
you're not gonna confirm. Yeah.
I think like different personalities like operate different ways with planning, but like at the end of the day, like he was reaching out to like make a plan with her.
Yeah.
So and I think like
I think she was self-sabotaging.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. Because like there was nothing
playing
like
victim.
him being mean or like bad energy whatsoever. Like her actually trying to like sit there and say he was actually sick. Like, hey,
Yeah.
what? Like, be serious.
Be so for real.
Sis definitely missed out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nah, because he seemed cool.
Yeah.
And respectful. Like he also, if anything, he waited for her to reply, and she
And
did
then he
reply.
Yeah.
He's like, so
Like, he's like,
Like,
go
can we
on,
still do
regardless of her
two?
not responding.
Yeah, I'm like, this is my last. Like, reach out. Like, you know.
She lame.
Yeah.
to-
Pack it up. Get out.
All right. Well, let me read some last super chats real quick. We've come to the conclusion. All right. Where do we leave off?
Yeah, we read that already.
Oh, right here. All right, there we go. Congo English super chat said question for the ladies on the panel, and then no question. Okay. And then it's Sage said men suffer in dating sometimes because every woman has their own threshold in the dating process. Dating is never straightforward or simple with women. Some.
That's because they're not.
Well, thanks for not like generalizing.
They're not
like,
gonna
at least saying
communicate.
some.
You don't want them. Well, either way.
This is a new guy. I
Wait, I want to see him. Oh,
Is he
Hi,
saying,
Sage.
is he trying to say like when he says their own threshold, is he trying to say like you never know when they're like
done with
yeah, like when they're like, nah, I don't want him. Like
That's
I
just
was not-
girls that are sending mixed signals.
Yeah, I
that's
think
not
he
who
just
you wanna fuck
means
with anyway.
everyone sees the dating process differently.
Yeah, because me, I'll be like, I'm not interested in you. We're not vibing as much as I thought we were.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
and it's
But I
simple as
also,
that.
I also think like
I'm a
sometimes men are
ghoster.
confusing with how they move.
Yeah.
Like I think that sometimes they'll be like taking you on dates and
Yeah,
want to
they-
plan for the future with you,
Yeah.
and then they just clearly don't want anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's tough too. So I think that it goes both ways. Like women can definitely give mixed signals, and so can men.
Yeah.
It's just like precision of communication
Yeah.
at the end of the day.
Dude, if they're giving mixed signals, I'm walking away.
Yeah,
I'd be scared to hurt people's feelings. So
Bye.
No. Yeah, you're
I need to.
I saw
I'm
this
gonna
thing
go.
that was
If
like,
she wanted
if
to,
you're
she would,
confused
too.
about where you guys stand, go
Yeah.
stand next to somebody else.
Yeah.
It's true. You shouldn't be confused.
That's-
You should know exactly
That's
how
so
they
true.
That's facts. That's facts.
I'm scared to like be like if I'm not feeling someone, I ghost them because I'm scared to hurt their feelings and be like, I'm not actually like it's not you. It's just that we're not like it's just
No, but then you're not
So I
ghosting
just,
them
like,
technically.
I
You
just
tell them that I don't.
No, but
I
she's
don't-
saying she goes them because
No,
she
like,
doesn't want to say that.
yeah, and I know it's like not responsible, but like yeah, I just like be like, and that's just weird.
I personally I don't agree with that. But
Yeah, I think it's wrong.
but you're in a relationship now, so
She's like
you don't have to worry about
self-awareness.
it, right?
Yeah. So
You're in a healthy relationship now, so you don't have to worry about that.
Yeah, so I'm not gonna be dating anyone ever again.
Okay.
You guys are getting married. You're gonna have a
Bless,
beautiful
bless.
family.
Okay. And quick question, ladies, do you guys like when men plan dates?
Yeah.
I love it.
And
They
you
should
want
do it
and you like
more.
when they confirm early.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. they take
Because
you
then
out.
it's too, it's like, oh, he's actually like waiting on it. Like he wants it to
like,
go
we're
through.
both-
It shows initiative.
But I
Okay.
I think
like,
spontaneous
an
stuff is cute too. Though.
Yeah,
Like,
of course,
like
of
just
course.
get
But I
dressed.
think like the first few dates, I feel like
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
important to
To
like
plan.
for you guys to have a
Establish.
plan because I feel like then once you start getting to know each other, it can get a little bit more spontaneous.
Yeah.
Right.
And do you like guys calling you to confirm? And hey,
Yes.
if there's a confusion, you want to communicate. Hey, is there confusion? I'm
Yeah,
calling you.
That's amazing.
Yeah, double text, like,
Communication,
yeah, maybe I
Yeah, I
fall
don't
asleep,
mind
maybe
all
I'm at work, I'm at school, you know, like, but like the thing about her is like his life does not revolve around yours.
Yeah.
Like, what do you mean? Like, he didn't text you last night? Like, he waited for you to text him back.
I
Like,
think that like trying to make plans confirms your intention and also solidifies like
boundaries.
Like you respect my time
Mhm.
and like and like if you are making a plan with me, like that shows that you like respect my schedule and my time.
Yeah.
It helps overthinking in case you're
Yeah.
like always giving me mixed signals.
Yeah.
Direct.
Like if he's last minute at 10 p.m. being like, wanna grab a drink? Like no.
What you doing?
Yeah.
What you doing? Yeah, but
That's not a date. That's not a
Exactly.
date.
No.
Like, but if you're dating someone and you're like, I want to like be serious with this person, like I'm gonna date someone that wants to plan.
Yeah.
Well, the reason why I brought it up is because if you want men to plan and take initiative, then you should be against hookup culture because guys who just want sex with you do not want to plan. They don't want to take you on a date.
But that goes for what
But
I.
is anyone here?
what do
Did
I
anyone here say that they were
what do I
for
want?
hookup culture for themselves in their personal life?
Yeah.
Or because I feel like the consensus was kind of like we can't control other people. It was
Yeah.
like I'm about to go hook up. With
Yeah,
like,
yeah, it's like
no
if
one
that's
here
what
ever
other
said that.
people want,
So
then they
it's
could
like-
do that. But for me, like if I'm dating with intent, then I'm not gonna like settle for someone who just wants to hook up with me.
Yeah.
But if I just want to hook up with them,
Yeah.
I'm gonna just hook up with them.
I'm just sharing you this from the male perspective because I know guys who are promiscuous and they love to hook up with women. These guys they want to invest least as possible to get the sex. Now the guys that want long-term relationships, they're willing to invest more to the women. So that's just my experience with the guys or how they think. So if you want guys to step up and be good and be able to take initiative and to plan things, invest more, then you should kind of support the dating method of
But how do you
intention.
know what I'm doing with other people? Like you shouldn't need to know what I'm doing with other people if I'm like hooking up with someone. Like, but if I'm taking like
STD.
no, I'm not talking about that unprotected
Oh.
sex. Like I'm not
Oh.
saying like I but like
I'll
let's
say,
say
wait,
like
hold on.
I've just hooked up with people before, but like now my intention is like I want to be in a relationship.
Oh.
Then I'm gonna go at it like
Yeah.
if he's gonna plan, that's great. I'm gonna go on the date with him. I'm gonna take this just as seriously
Yeah,
as he is. And I don't think that me like previously in the past hooking up with people is promoting that like I now and at this point
No,
in my life
yeah,
want
yeah.
a serious relationship.
No, I'm just saying is for men is because what I hear online for a lot of women, they will say, why aren't men planning dates? Why aren't men stepping up, communicating? Well, I'm saying that what I hear from a lot of women, but then at the same time, what a lot of guys are seeing is a lot of women are also aligned with promiscuity and hookup culture. And a lot of guys, well, if all women want to act this way, why am I going to take dates? Why would I take you on a date?
But same with men. Like, why am I
Yeah.
going to invest my time if you take me on dates and then you only want to hook up with me? Like, why am I going to put myself out there?
I think it goes back to what I said at the
That
beginning.
sucks.
I think that when people like the people who are online complaining about like, oh, men don't plan dates anymore, men don't do this or women don't do that. It's their choice in men, and it's not like I'm not gonna say it's hookup culture's fault. I'm saying it's the way that you choose
Definitely.
your relationships because people look at the superficial stuff first, and then later they realize that the stuff that really matters is not aligned. So I think that's what the problem is. Like they're like, oh, this guy's so cute and he's funny and he's tall, and then they get in a relationship with him, and then like, oh, he's
Doesn't
like,
clean
we
up
don't-
after himself.
Yeah, we don't speak the same love language. We don't want the same thing. Like he doesn't plan anything, stuff like that. So it's like I feel like they should look at that stuff first before being like, you know what I mean? Like that's
Well,
the
yeah.
important part. Like
All I'm saying is when I see hookup culture, there's no standards. What I see with intentional dating, people raise their standards because it's more long term.
yeah, but
So-
even in intentional dating, I think the people who are like men don't plan dates anymore. I think they're obviously not just hooking up because why are they talking about dates and men planning things? They're talking about their relationships. So that's why I'm saying like I don't think that their problem is hookup culture. I think their problem is that the men that they're choosing to court.
Okay.
They're not good at courting and they're not good
Fair
at vetting
No.
out the men.
Fair enough. Thank you so much. But let me just read the last super chat and we're going to conclude. So Peaceful Jack, sit in the live chat. E-Rock, we're a good dog, just here to show support. Thank you so much. And then It's Sage said, everyone dates with intention. It's rather what intentions are the best intentions for the results you desire or end you desire. So thank you so much.
Yeah, I agree.
I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for all the super chats. But we have come to the end. We've come to the end. Great show, ladies. Thank you so much. I would say it's probably one of the best shows we've had so far. So great dialogue, great conversations. You guys appreciate the reaction videos.
Oh yeah.
But like, don't have
Lock the lady up.
Yeah,
that doesn't bathe her kids.
Not people, not reaction videos of reaction videos.
Oh, okay.
Because that guy was pissing me off.
Get to the point.
Yeah.
Well, that video went viral, so I just
I know.
went with it.
Ooh,
So
last question.
Jack just said, why wouldn't a guy care that you're hooking up while he's trying to gauge whether or not you're promiscuous, deceitful, or trifling? Yo, that's crazy.
Wait,
I don't understand the question.
Nobody
I
said
was
that.
referring to that.
I don't
I was
understand the
talking
question.
about like
Same.
just because you've like hooked up with people in the past without the intention of like dating doesn't mean that like now you're not looking for something
Mhm.
serious and now you're not gonna like
Yeah.
I'm sure like plenty of people who have like just hooked up with people before in the past have gotten into successful relationships
Yeah.
after.
Yeah.
And that's okay.
Yeah, most definitely.
And
No.
that's not me promoting like, oh, you should be a hoe. Like, and because I've seen a lot of the comments
Yeah, a
here
lot of
like
comments.
talking
Yeah.
about that. Yeah, and like that's not true at all. And like also I mean, actually, I'm not gonna share anything like that.
Okay.
But I was just gonna say like that is not like my past at all. Like being a hoe, I'm just
No,
saying
yeah.
that there are people that have like hooked up with people before without the intention of dating,
Yeah.
and then found a great person when they've decided like that's what they want.
Yeah.
So
I think there's always hope.
There was a girl.
I don't believe in hope.
When I was here.
I think I think if you care about the future and you
Yeah.
want better for your
So,
generation,
all right.
it's like just
But,
it's just the, like two
Yeah, let's close, ladies. But I'll give you guys a shout out tonight. Thank you, ladies. Great show tonight. I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much, everybody on the live chat. You guys went hard on the live chat as always. Thank you so much for the super chats, and shout out to Dusty. You went hard tonight on the super chats. Thank you so much. Appreciate you guys. We had a great show, great panel. Ladies, thank you for making the time, and it was great to have Tyree, Desby, Rocky. Good to have you back. Cece, good to have you back. We have some new faces here tonight. Thank you for being part of the pod. Thank you for sharing Gobble with me tonight. But
Thank
what's
you
your
for supplying it?
I do appreciate that. As always, you guys know, watch my content. My whole objective is to have these conversations, figure out solutions. I don't believe in complaining and victimizing and blaming the other sex. So whatever takeaway you got from this podcast, I know we agree to disagree, but ultimately it's your choice. At least you can take something and apply it to your life. And I do appreciate you guys. But I'll pass it back to you guys. What's your final thoughts on tonight's conversation? And how can they find you? I'll start with you, Anne. Thank you so much.
How can they find me?
Final thoughts? Yeah, what's your final thoughts from tonight's conversation? How can they
I'm
how
still
can they find
gonna
you?
End with what I started with, which is nothing in life is mandatory. You can do whatever you want to do. However, I think it is your duty to educate those who you come across who are being reckless, irresponsible. But you know, it's your life, it's their life. You have to face your own consequences. They have to do theirs. So yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much, Anne. Appreciate it.
Oh, and then
how can they find you on social media? If you want to, you don't have to share it, but if somebody
how
wants
do
to,
do I like type like?
No, just share it.
Because mine is spelled
Oh, okay. Well.
no, just like how do you spell it?
Okay.
Like, just say it out loud.
Okay.
No, say it out louder.
Okay.
Say it out loud.
And ANH dot. So it's anonymous, but it's ANH.ONYMOUS.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much. All right. Thank you so much, Anne. Rocky, good to have you back on the panel. Always good to have you on the show. Final thoughts and how can they find you?
My final thought would be going back to the education thing. It starts in the home, and just educate those that are younger than you. And yeah, that's that. You can find me at Raquel Conway, RAQUELCONWAY. I have a movie coming out in like a year. So, well, no, like a couple months. So tune in for that.
Okay. Thank you so much, Rocky. Always appreciate having you on the show. Thank you so much. Phil dropped a super chat talking to Eve. 3 lady. Please be pure. There's hope for my son. All right. Thank you.
She's taken. So.
All right. Thank you so
Right.
much.
She's literally taken.
All right. He probably didn't know. He just joined, maybe. I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
No, he's
Yeah.
He knows.
Okay.
He's disrespectful.
No, yeah, he's been there.
Okay. Well, you can hope, though. You can hope.
Yeah, you can.
There's hope for her son.
Yeah.
Not yours, buddy.
You know, you say Phil can hope.
Yeah, Phil can help for his son. Okay, no worries. Thank you so much, Phil, for the super chat. Eve, thank you for coming, tagging along, being part of the pod. It was good to hear your perspective. Final thoughts, and how can they find you?
I think honestly, I think it just goes back to like American culture.
Yeah.
Like we don't really think of courting as like that important. And so I think Americans have like a lot of choices and they are able to do whatever they want. So it's just like not as serious. But yeah.
How can they find you if you want
I
to?
guess I can give my Instagram. It's at Eve, EVE _Siami, S as in Sam, IAME.
All right. Thank you so much, Eve. I appreciate you for being on the pod. All right. All right.
You got it.
Okay. I'll pass it to you, Claire. Claire, thank you for making the time. I know it's the first time. I appreciate you for making the time. Final thoughts, and how can they find you, Claire?
Yeah, I know I definitely played devil's advocate and spoke a lot. That's why I'm in communications for a living. I have a lot of opinions, but appreciate you all hearing me out. And yeah, I think like bouncing back to what I said in the beginning, just being your authentic self is important in any aspect of life, whether it be dating or any kind of relationship. And yeah, I think that if you lead with that and lead with respect at the end of the day, then you're living your own authentic life.
All right. And I do respect the open discourse. You know, we can agree to disagree, so I appreciate that.
But she had very good points.
Yeah, I agree. Thanks.
All right. Thank you so much. All right. How can they find you, Claire?
Instagram. My Instagram. Thank you, Lord Punisher 215. My Instagram is at Claire Holton, CLAIREHULTIN. If you can hear that above the sirens.
Okay.
Kind of weird, but she could.
All right. All right. Thank you so much, Claire. Pass it to you, Cece. Always a pleasure having you back on the pod. Thank you so
for
much.
having me. It's always a pleasure being on.
Final thoughts, and how can they find you, Cece?
Yeah, I think we just need to start encouraging each other to do and be better now, and have more respect for ourselves and each other. But like Rocky said, it starts in the home. So at least, yeah, I do agree with let's actually start building stable foundations for these kids to actually have homes to get raised out of. But yeah, I don't really have anything you can find me on.
Okay. All right.
That's good.
The only thing I would say to you, Cece, don't give up. Don't give up on that long term.
You said you always say that to me?
No. What I'm saying to you is don't give up.
Oh, okay.
Okay, don't stop. Don't stop. Don't give up on that long-term healthy committed relationship. All right. Pass it to you. Final thoughts, and how can they find you?
I think that people should live their lives but be safe, responsible, and smart with it, and to remember that their actions do not only affect themselves but everyone around them and can be life-changing. And yeah, you can find me on Instagram at TLANEZTLI.S.
All right. Thank you so much for tagging along. Thank you for being part of the pod. Pass it to you, Desi. Desi, always good to have you on the pod.
Period.
Period.
I'm a little wild now. Yes. But same thing, like I said earlier, stay true to yourself, be humble, and praise God. Period. And where to find me is _Desi, 2 Z's, S, Desi's World, _ again.
Okay. Thank you so much, Desi. And last but not least, Zaire, always good to have you back.
Thank you.
Yeah, always appreciate our back and forth.
Yes, y'all know I like to argue, but yeah, I want to say what I said at the beginning and what I said like throughout the podcast is that like if you want to be married and you want to have a long-term relationship, when you're dating someone, don't be superficial. Don't look at the surface. Like you should always ask yourself the important questions first when you're choosing a person. Like if you want kids, what are your values? What do you guys want your future to look like? And make sure those things are aligned. It's more important than him being funny or tall or cute. Like he can be those things too, but I don't think it should be like the deal breaker.
We know that I like mine tall.
Yeah, they were getting on you about that last time, real bad.
Yeah.
Well, I don't go for short kings. Gotta bring that up again.
Okay.
And my Instagram is XIRIXSEVEN, Zaire7.
All right. Thank you so much,
I'm
Zyrie.
gonna watch this so I can follow all y'all.
All right.
Just
Okay.
write it on a piece of paper.
Oh yeah, we could all
Can I show you those right now?
All right. And then Peaceful Jack just dropped another super chat.
Wait, I don't want to hear it.
Asian chick has
I
nice
read it
legs. Hashtag don't cyberstalk.
Don't,
Okay.
yeah, don't be weird. Not only cyber stuff, but don't be weird. Respect
Yeah.
women.
All right.
That's kind of weird.
You were peaceful, Jack. What happened?
Yeah, you're weird.
Nah.
It is
Don't
what
make
it is. But so thank you so much, ladies. Appreciate you guys. Shout out to the ladies one more time. And thank you so much, everybody on the live chat. You guys watched the entire stream. I appreciate you guys. Whether we agree or disagree, I appreciate you guys' support. If you see value in the content, please smash the like and subscribe button real quick so you get notification we do go live next week. New panel, new topic. But I'll see you guys next time. You guys all have a blessed night.
Bye.
Peace, y'all. Peace.